thusly it is time to resume the journey of Nicole. Actually, while we're here, I did not look at the I did not look at this map at all before playing. So I should probably... Why am I talking? It's such a weird cadence. So I should probably decide to look at it a little bit. Okay. Mercatos. Not so much a city, but a huge market in the northern part of the empire. Before the Cataclysm, you could buy anything here, from food to weapons. After the Mediate fell, only non-food items remained on sale. In Mercatos, you can find blacksmiths, carpentry workshops, witches' shops, a library, and several taverns. Some of those are different from the others. War camp, military base of the apostates, Krog Sadaran. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Sadaran has set up station here where all warriors and mages of the north who wish to serve against the Emperor's policies come. It's nice to have a little bit of... Okay, where in the hell down here, though? What is the... Necromancer. There's just a label on the map entitled Necromancer. A sinister tower rises over an abandoned graveyard. Rumors tell that a necromancer wielding dark magic capable of raising the dead from their graves resides here. Perhaps this is just a rumor. Shall we investigate this together? Can I click these? No. Pascom. Okay, this was the village in which Nicole... Yeah, my parents' house is located here. This is where Nicole grew up. Elf Village. Lower left. Where in the hell are we going? Okay. Load game. This was the last one. What are the quicks looking like? 2214, 2211, 2112. Technically, this is the quick. Oh.
Дым от костра поднимался вверх. Сухие ветки хрустели под напором огня, а искры разлетались в разные стороны. 5 непрошенных гостей разместились на поляне дикого леса.
A touch sudden of me, but it was getting dark. The smoke from the fire was rising upwards. I forget that when I'm reading her narration thoughts, I try and keep it to my reading voice. When it's her interacting, I go for the character voices. Dry branches crunched under the pressure of the fire, and sparks flew in different directions. 500 of my guests were camped in a clearing of the wild forest.
Наша дорога отняла много сил. Лошади устали, им требовался привал. Мы решили переночевать, а с рассветом вновь отправиться в путь.
Our journey had taken a lot of energy. The horses were tired and needed rest. We decided to spend the night and set out again at dawn.
Пятером мы практически не привлекали внимания, но в то же время у нас были все возможности, чтобы успешно завершить миссию и вернуться к императору с огненной саламандрой и душой лича.
5 of us attracted almost no attention, but at the same time we had every opportunity to successfully complete the mission and return to the Emperor with the fire salamander and Lich's soul. We'll get through this. We've been through more than this, haven't we? Remember when I told you how we got a special wyvern egg for the Emperor? He needed a particularly rare specimen that wasn't found in our area. Is this the same one where Elvis. Where Elvis was almost dragged into the mire by a boggart. That's right. He decided to grow a beard from then on. That's when it saved him. Pulled along with Tormod while Robin was shooting off the approaching spirits with his bow. Asked it to probably should have warmed up my voice before doing this. Asked had prepared a potion for his arrows to make them effective against the spirits, so we all did our best. You know, these warriors have become like family to me. I can't let them down. Someone's gonna die. And you won't. We won't. And so, we need to decide where we go first. Oh! Okay, go for the... just gonna plop that there. I'd say go for the less dangerous one first.
Было решено
Go for
сначала
the-
добыть ящерицу.
It was decided to get the lizard first.
Рептилия считалась одним из самых редких существ в Империи. Казалось бы, обыкновенное хвостатое создание. Но оно имело необъяснимую привязанность к месту обитания.
The reptile was considered one of the rarest creatures in the Empire, a seemingly ordinary tailed creature, but it had an inexplicable attachment to its habitat.
Этим местом была охраняемая пещера вблизи поселения эльфов. А вход в святыню открывался лишь тому, кто пройдет проверку у Верховного Мага.
The place was guarded. Well, the place was a guarded cave near an elven settlement, and entrance to the shrine was only granted to those who passed the great magician's test.
Зачастую смельчаки, решившиеся испытать судьбу и пройти проверку, не возвращались из подобных авантюр.
Often, the daredevils who dared to try their fate and pass the test never returned from such ventures.
Поговаривали, что за вход нужно заплатить кровью невинного. А пещера откроется лишь тому, чьи помыслы чисты, как утренняя роса. А мотивы не причинят вреда матушке природе.
It has been said that entrance must be paid for with blood of an innocent, and the cave will only open to those who are pure and who have no intention of harming Mother Nature.
Эльфы помешались на матушке
Looking at my
природе.
karma real
Они
quick.
боготворили ее. Считали, что Верховный Маг умеет разговаривать со стихиями. Слышит особые голоса ветра, огня, воды и земли. А затем передает своему народу послание от них.
The elves were obsessed with Mother Nature. Oh, good. Hopefully I can prove that I don't want to hurt her. They believed that the great magician could speak to the elements, hear the special voices of wind, fire, water, and earth, and then relay messages from them to his people. Hopefully I can convince him I don't want to hurt Mother Nature. So I'm looking at the
В войне
fires
между
doing weird stuff.
бразилитами и апостатами эльфы держали нейтралитет. Налоги они не уплачивали, сколько я себя помню. Ставрос намеренно пошел на этот шаг, чтобы хоть как-то наладить контакт с отшельниками. Как ему удалось переманить на свою сторону Анариона, я не понимала никогда.
In the war between proselytes and the apostates, the elves kept neutral. They haven't paid taxes for as long as I can remember. Stavros deliberately took his step to make some sort of contact with the hermits. How he managed to get the Anorion on his side, I've never understood. You need to rest. Tomorrow's going to be a tough day. It's okay, I'm not tired. Listen to Tormod snore and you'll definitely want to hit the sidelines. To stop hearing it? To make the morning come faster. Fair enough. Oh! Who's disturbing my sleep? God, how do you do an orc voice? How do I... Orcs are usually... trying to think how they normally are. Who's disturbing my sleep? God, that does not sound good, but I'm half tempted to commit to it. Let me guess. I think he has green-colored skin and a bald top. Doesn't he remind you of anyone? Screw you. You don't even let me sleep. Russian orc voice. Not something I thought I'd be doing at the moment. I know a way to fall asleep quickly. Will you tell me about it? You have to count sheep. Imagine they're running and jumping over an obstacle. Will there be more than 10? As many as you can count. I can't count beyond 10. Ah, so he is the stereotypical dumb brute of the group. And try to remember a poem or song. Repeat the lines over and over and you'll fall asleep before you know it. I know a poem. Overheard it at your place last night. Put your hands on your chest. Say 1, 2, 3. Throw your arms up to the sky. Say the energy of the elements come. Put your palms together. That's good. I wish you a good night's sleep. Put your hands on your chest and... Same to all of us. Okay, now there's an orc snoring in my brain. Look. A star is falling. Is that what that is? Why is... Oh, that's concerning. Is the star about to crush us? What did you wish for? You know I can't tell her. It won't come through. I want to talk about the Great Magician's Test. I know you'll be against me being involved in the test, but we're a squad first and foremost now. Our personal relationships are nobody's concern. Give me this, what to do, who else could get along with it? Let's do the standard thing and just create a save at literal ever opportunity. Not load. I hit load save. Here. Wait. Okay, that's a new one. So I guess I was in between the screen fading back in when I just immediately went back in. So it just decided to override it with a picture of the menu fading in. Didn't know that was a thing. Don't think that's supposed to be a thing. Who else can get along with it? He's more experienced. Can the universe please go away? Thank you. Wait, the universe. What am I? That is... Okay. That is what that is. Just don't mind me clicking on tabs and such. The history. Oh, loading. Maybe it's being involved in the test. Sure, so nobody's concerned. Don't mind if you go. Okay. Great Magician's Test. Yeah, screw it. Do that. I'm going to be able to recognize that. Damir. Oh. Damir. I know it's not always easy with me, but you are what you are. A true fiery beast. My Freckle. Still better than Milk Princess or whatever the other guy called her. I've come to love you just the way you are. And you like overcoming challenges, don't you? I can handle any challenge with you. That's why I've got it all planned out. The protective dome will keep uninvited guests out while we sleep. I need to restore the correct sequence of actions to activate the protective dome. There's a reason I advised Tormod to remember the verse. Oh crap. I could technically just do this. Start a lizard first. Look, I'm kind of cheating here, but at the same time, this exists. 1 to 10. Hands up. Okay, hands on chest. 1, 2, 3. Arms in sky. Wait, I've already forgotten. I suck at memory. Tentacle. Hands on chest. 1, 2, 3. Arms sky. Hands on chest. 1, 2, 3. Arms of the sky. I think it was that. Magic dome. I think I did it well. Thank you, history button, for exist. Ow! I have my foot in a very uncomfortable position. Oh, what the? That's fun. They slipped so well. Okay. Elvis. Wait, Elvis the is that? You almost caused an earthquake. Why is that? Okay, why did I go Scottish with him? Oh, I guess it's that. Robin. Okay. So we got Robin with the bow. Robin Hood. Okay, we got Robin Hood, the ginger dwarf named Elvis, and the orc who I forget the name of. We have quite the variety of people here. It almost caused another meteor to fall. At least we have a special weapon. Weapon? At least we have a special weapon if the elves attack. I bet they've never heard such a snore. Something tells me Leech is going to be pretty surprised too. Laugh it up. I see everyone's in a good mood this morning. That's commendable. Sure. While you were asleep... While you were asleep to Tormod's wonderful snoring, I returned with the spoils. When else will you taste such fresh rabbit meat? Anytime a rabbit is freshly killed. Is that a dragonfly? So I don't know why the dragonfly. Wait, make a fire for you with the magic, or make a fire, but sorry, can't waste magic. Is magic a limited resource? I don't know if that's how this works. Let's eat and go.
Чем ближе мы становились к цели, тем заметнее ощущалось постороннее присутствие. Я понимала, что эльфы не пустят незнакомцев на свою территорию, не разузнав, что им надо.
The closer we get to our destination, the more we've felt the presence of strangers. I realized the elves wouldn't let strangers into their territory without finding out what they wanted.
Казалось, даже наши лошади двигались аккуратно, не издавая лишнего шума.
It seemed even our horses moved carefully without making too much noise. Freeze now! Do you see the rope? It's enough trap. What else could we expect? That we'd be allowed into the settlement as if we were invited to tea and cakes? What are we going to do? Oh, what the hell? Okay, look, you're talking about the ropes and the elven traps. I'm more concerned with the actual elves that are currently present. Since everything has been decided for us. We're surrounded and these guys aren't exactly friendly. You are over-eager. Orion, why... Oh, wait, elf. Who are you and why have you come? We're emissaries of the Emperor. We come in peace. We need your help. We're not helping the Emperor. Don't you know that? Yes. We are not in an alliance. But there is neutrality between us. Our people are not an enemy. Wait. Our people are not in enmity. Are not at enmity. The font and my reading ability together do not go well. You may lower your weapons. As a sign of trust, we will do so first. You are not territory, and asking us to lower our weapons is rude of you. Now let me repeat the question. What do you want? We need a way to into the cave. Which one of you wants to go into the cave? I want to. You. Follow me. Put the others in cages. The redhead is a mage. Take care of her hands. Hands bound and sealed in... Those look like handcuffs with musical notes on them. I had to get close to the screen to see that. You're so hospitable. Oh, anti-magic shackles. Seems you've had the chance to show... It seems you've had the chance to show the elves your secret weapon. Looks like we're all in for a sleepless night.
Нас повели через темную пещеру, а единственным источником света был огонь, исходивший от факела эльфа, что шел впереди.
We were led through a dark cave, and the only source of light was the fire coming from the torch of the elf that walked ahead.
Я ощущала постороннее шуршание совсем рядом, но не такое, что исходило от эльфов. Каким-то образом лесные жители научились перемещаться абсолютно бесшумно. В этой пещере находилось нечто иное, мерзкое, отвратительное.
I felt a foreign rustling very close by, but not like the kind that came from the elves. Somehow the forest dwellers had learned to move completely silently. There was something else in that cave. Something nasty. Something disgusting.
Следовавший за мной эльф, не церемонясь, толкнул в спину так, что я оступилась и чуть не упала. Периодически ноги погружались в вязкую жижу, что ощущалось даже через кожу сапог.
The elf who had followed me shoved me in the back without ceremony, so that I stumbled and almost fell. My feet sank into the viscous sludge that felt even through the leather of my boots.
Благо пещера, отделяющая лес от деревушки эльфов, оказалась не настолько длинной, какой ее рисовало мое сознание.
It was a good thing the cave separating the forest from the elf village wasn't as long as I had imagined it to be.
Вскоре лучи света вступили в сражение с тьмой и одержали победу.
Soon the rays of light did battle with the darkness and prevailed.
Мне пришлось прищуриться, но когда я открыла глаза, то впервые увидела настолько заброшенную и в то же время столь технически развитую цивилизацию эльфов.
I had to squint, but when I opened my eyes, it was the first time I had seen such an abandoned yet so technologically advanced civilization of elves. Abaddon. No, that was abandoned.
Oh god, great magician. What are you standing there for? Come on. Are you looking for the artifacts? I've been collecting them for 200 years at least. It has everything any mage which could ever need. This is the tusk of a mammoth, and this flask is the bile of the world's most poisonous viper. Just add a few drops to a well, and you can wipe out an entire village. I'm a little too talkative today. Travelers are rare in our land. We have an old emperor. Apparently you've already been told. Wouldn't want to waste time on idle talk. We're here on business. Oh, Mini money. Wanna waste time on idle talk, Emperor? Yeah, I'll do that one. My name is Deus. Please have a seat. Let me introduce myself, Great Magician Deus. My name is Damir, and I am warlord of the Emperor Stavros of the Great Nest. Oh, what? Oh, why did the text just vanish? Let me introduce myself. Great. Wait, did he just start glowing a little more? Stop. I have much more important things to worry about.
Don't interrupt him. What could be more important than an order from the Emperor? Oh, karma changed. Okay, I don't know if that's good or not.
I'm going to tell you a story, and then going to ask for your advice. What would you do if you were me? I'm not at liberty to advise the great magician. Listen, and then you'll draw conclusions. We had a girl in our village. Her name was Ioline. She had long pointy ears and white hair. I warned her. She didn't listen to me. Ran away to the nearest village, to a human. Just imagine, an elf and a human. Is such a union possible?
Yes, just there are other complications to it. Nature itself is gonna start. I'm gonna. Oh, hey, Fando. I see you are re-energized because I think last time you were low energy mode when you got here. What be this? A Russian visual novel that you can actually look at because it doesn't induce seizures every 5 seconds. Look, I love Tiny Bunny, but for people like you, God, that would be hell. Otherwise known as my recent escapades onto going to Steam, sorting by what recently came out, has led me to this. The Heroine's Claw that I played earlier in the week, last week. And then one more that is yet to be revealed. And so many... Look, I'm just gonna say this. Going through Steam, just clicking search on the store tab, and sorting... He was going to ask about it. Trust me, there has not been a single flicker. This is not a horror one, this is a fantasy one, so we don't... Trust... You can watch it. I may actually... Because... I know you know, but I might, for the sake of anyone watching, when Tiny Bunny Chapter 5 comes out, I'm probably going to, like, do a pinned message in chat and just say, warning, likely flashing lights throughout, photosensitivity, like, a photosensitive warning just for the whole stream. Also, Fando, you're a robot, so you're kind of impartial to this. Human plus elf. What's your opinions on it? Because that's what I'm currently answering, and I don't know how this will affect it. First... Elf's too old? Okay, so... Elf's too old. Not this elf! Not this elf specifically. You know what? Just because this is how visual novels can work, saving time. But yeah, no, I remember your whole thing in the Tiny Bunny. Again, I enjoyed it. It had its moments where it was hitting me, but at the same time, I very much enjoyed the experience. I mean, how many times... There aren't many times where it's like, yeah, I typed in bunny to Steam and I ended up seeing a bifurcated 6-year-old. Just the ability to say that statement is amazing. Okay, so nature itself is against unions.
I have banished her. I don't want to see or hear from her. We have laws like this. Once an elf renounces his kind, he can never return. He is no longer an elf, but he is not yet a human. That elf will never be a human.
But look, the options were why not, or nature itself is against it. There was basically you 100% commit to whatever she says. Huh. Indifferent. That is kind of a whole thing of, what is it? Weird thing for me to reference in this argument, but I forget her name. The girl love interest from the Clash of the Titans remake. I don't know if she was in the original because I actually never saw the original. But her saying, I was cursed with agelessness. That doesn't seem like much of a curse. I've lived for centuries watching loved ones die. I mean, it's kind of a similar thing to that if you have an elf going. It's like the whole live forever, watch everyone around you die. That's, yeah. Was her name really Io? I actually thought it was Io. I didn't say it, though. I just remember she got killed by Voldemort's servant. Sorry, yes, I know it's Hades, but the actor was basically still just in Voldemort mode. Universe, Elven laws. I have learned Elven laws, apparently. It's been a while. Oh, Fando, this is a fun thing. It's been a while since I've seen that movie as well. But I'll tell you this, behind me on a shelf, I have a collection of old video games. The video game for that movie is amongst them, and I want to... For once I get a big enough subscriber and fan base where I'm just like, I could play anything and have some type of an audience, I want to stream that game. The Clash of the Titans movie game. My goal to play that with an audience is just something. The game I actually don't remember being too bad. I think it's actually kind of fun. Yes, there is a video game for it, and I think, yeah, it's behind me right now. Actually, let me double check this. I think it's behind me. Of all the things to have survived with me over the years, I have the video game for specifically that version of Clash of the Titans. All I'm going to say is I don't remember much about the game other than it was kind of fine, except for the final boss fight against the Kraken was utter bullshit. You had to do something specific that was not made clear, I remember. And it was just like, yes, because, you know, in the movie, it's you hold Medusa's head up to the thing and it becomes stoned. So fine, as high praise. Again, I played the game, how long ago now? It's been years, and I remember I don't have negative, again, the final boss fight being BS, I kind of have in my brain, but the rest of the game was honestly kind of like, it was kind of fine. It was kind of fine. Actually, only reason I know about that game is because on, I think, with the DVD of, Always Be As, think of 4 examples. I can as well. Recently in Heroine's Claw. Whatever that, it wasn't even the boss fight itself, it was the camera. Which, ironically, I have informed the developer of and said, please, just please fix this. So what choice did you want to ask me about, great magician Deus? Elf scouts whispered to me that the wench had contracted the plague. It must have been a punishment that came upon her in a foreign land, and angry people must have spoken ill of her. Who would want a pointy-eared woman as a daughter-in-law? So they put a curse on her. The good old fantasy world of the weird fantasy realm of racism. Said as Deuce? Just insert, what's his name, Mr. Hanky from South Park, and just replace that character model with that out of my head. There you go, yeah, Mr. Deuce. Particular example, no, buddy. You've been around here long enough. You know I mispronounce everything all the time. Therefore, I laugh at myself a lot.
You're wrong about people. No one would take on such a sin. Believe me, I've lived so many years and seen so much. But I still have 2 questions for you.
Actually, I just realized this guy's supposed to be an elf and he's visibly old. This guy's gotta be 1,000 plus.
First question. If I could cure Auline.
Okay, let me talk about pronunciation. How in the hell do you pronounce this? Ioline.
Ioline.
I guess I should be... Is there a difference in the Russian pronunciation that would be? Ioline. Eh. I'll stick to Ioline until I hear Nicole say it.
Should I give her the antidote? The antidote. Should I give her the antidote?
Do I have a right to decide for you?
Just answer. What would you do if you were me?
She has other punishments for the crime she did.
It was a terrible act on her... It was a terrible act on her part towards her own kind. But how much more terrible could it have been towards the one she loves if she had chosen a different path? She would never forgive herself. She might be dying happy now, holding the palm of her loved one's hand in hers. And does it really matter whether she was born an elf, or an orc, or even a bloody dwarf?
Wait, why is dwarf worse than orc? Wait a minute. This is a little backwards. Everything is... Some things never change. Well, apparently orcs are above dwarves to this human. Okay, no, everyone seems to just hate each other because this is a debate between elf to human relationships. The dwarf is a ginger. The only dwarf I've seen is a ginger. Then there was the dumb brooding orc who apparently can't count over 10. Descended from corrupted elves. Ooh, okay, you have a point there. Well, I don't know. Well, Tolkien kind of set the bar for what fantasy is, and so a lot draw from that. I wonder.
The antidote is the blood of the fire salamander, and I am fortunate enough to have a single serving in stock.
Ooh! Oh,
I can't let you into the cave. It's been a very bad salamander season. Catching another one would jeopardize their future reproduction, and that's unacceptable.
Oh, so we actually need that salamander blood, and they've apparently had a bad season of it. Yay! Such is life. I mean, you look at his work, he set an amazing standard, so therefore you can use that as a baseline for most stuff. Put your own spins on it, but it's always a safe bet to go back to what he said as a standard.
Where else can I get the blood of a fire salamander? It's a difficult time. Fire salamanders are only found in our lands, and they need a special environment. You know better than that. You'd take a different route past our village if you could.
I think you're talking about the second question.
What should I spend one of the rarest ingredients on? Give it to you? Or give it to Ioline? So she can move on with her life.
Oh yeah, no. D&D is the one I'm far less... Oh, God. Okay, moral dilemma here. We need that stuff, but also this girl has the disease. She is a bit of a traitor, therefore, maybe, but also I know there's a karma system in this, and I've already screwed it over by answering a little too honestly on the opening personality test.
You just have to cure Alan as a traitor. You must give the blood of the salamander.
Okay, that just sounds too aggressive. Doesn't follow the mold. Okay, there's a 2 ways to look at that. Where... Actually, okay. It's cool because it's a subversion of expectations, which you need to do well, otherwise it can hardcore backfire. Take the blood here. Yes, but I'm saying yes, but at the same time... Traitor, you must give the blood of the salamander to me. That sounds a little too demanding. Subversion by itself isn't enough. I mean, what is it? Because what is it? Whenever... I'm not even much of a Star Wars person. I'm going to save real quick. I'm not even much of a Star Wars person, but I know that there's always that big thing on The Last Jedi. It's like subverting expectations, and it's like that alone is not good because it from what I've seen, that movie is not good, but there are people who defend it because subvert expectations alone. Like, you need to do it well. There needs to be purpose for it, or it needs to be good. Yeah, otherwise it's just pro wrestling. Yeah. Swerve for the swerve's sake. Exactly. It needs to... You can't make it look silly. I mean, ironically, another good example I can think of subversion is, at least in the early days of the franchise, Sindel of the Mortal Kombat franchise, before, like, up until, I believe, Armageddon, she was supposed to look and act like the evil queen, but she is actually completely, like, she was effectively enslaved to Shao Kahn completely, as opposed to she was not willingly evil until they started the remaking and they retconned it. That is a good case of it, because I've seen the stuff of her just being a caring mother and queen to her people, and it's like, oh wow, okay, yeah, the wife to Shao Kahn here being this, that's a good subversion. Until, again, for some reason, in the reboot era, in the original, there's, like, I forget which one it is, but there's an ending to one of the older Mortal Kombats that is her just trying to rebuild the realm of Edenia after the fall of Shao Kahn and trying to be there for her daughter. And as far as I'm aware, and this is a weird Mortal Kombat tangent that I'm way too knowledgeable on for what I actually am, her whole thing was she was, I believe, resurrected under mind control in Mortal Kombat 3, but she was specifically resurrected in Earthrealm, so that Shao Kahn, after losing Mortal Kombat tournament in Mortal Kombat 2, could invade Earthrealm to reclaim his resurrected bride, who was now resurrected in Earthrealm, to circumvent the ruling that Mortal Kombat was protecting Earthrealm. If I'm not mistaken, this has been a long time since I've looked into old Mortal Kombat lore. Which is a very interesting thing. And then once Shao Kahn was officially defeated and she was freed, her whole thing became rebuilding Edenia and her, trying to be the best queen she can be. Okay. Now that we're done with that, do I decide to cure the elf trader, or do I... Okay. Why is it so... Okay, this is why I suck at debating anything. I cannot say anything confidently. These are two incredibly bold statements. You just have to cure, or traitor must give the blood of the set. There's a debate here. There is a debate to happen. I've saved. Okay, so I'm gonna do... Cure here. Oh! Okay, so this is his daughter as well, now that we've learned. Huh. Well, let's have 100% whatever decision, which, to be fair, given the karma system... Again, okay, Fando, one of the questions in the personality test at the beginning was, do you resent your parents? Or something very similar to that. This game is very much, you answer honest. You can choose to lie, but this is a game of choice. It's the right choice. Ioline is my daughter. I couldn't dull the pain of losing her. Would have answered yes. Look, there's a reason my karma is a little bit red. There's a reason my karma is a little bit red. I think this is bad. I'm just gonna tell it that way. I'll spoil it for you so you don't have to go back and find it. Oh, what? Okay, there it is. Oh, so we're giving it to deliver to her. You will deliver the flask of blood to the village of Saltos, east of our settlement. Ask for Evander. I have no choice. See you later, great magician Deus. I'll be sure to return someday. That was a Yeah, so... Oh, wait a minute. No, I just realized, in the grand scheme of things, catching you up real quick, Fando, the whole thing is we're trying to make a potion that can send you back in time. There's going to be an argument to be made. There is absolutely an argument to be made that if it's used and time is reversed and we fix everything, this will mean literally nothing. We come in peace. Why did you lock us in cages? But here's the thing. There's kind of a whole... Bird. So, wow, I really am a... I do have the brain of a cat sometimes. Mid-thought bird. Okay, what was I saying? There's kind of a whole thing. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what choices come. It's a measure of safety. Elven laws must be obeyed without question. Strangers may not roam freely in the territory. It's weird trying to do like an... Okay, I'm just gonna say that I try and have slight distinctions between every single character's voice. I don't know if it's obvious. I'm trying to do like a mildly Russian Orlando Bloom Legolas for the generic elf voices. Because Russian. How long do we have to sit here? Until your leader... until you leave. Yes, it's obvious. Thank you! Okay, I don't know if that's a good thing it's obvious. Until your leader leaves the Great Magician's Chamber. That is, as long as it takes. We have to wait. We'll have to wait. Hey guys, Elvis. Oh yeah, also the dwarf is named Elvis. Which I find hilarious. Robin, Tormod, how are you doing? Nicole, glad to hear you're alive. Can I not see them? I don't like having to I would want the picture so I can have it be better. More alive than ever. I'm completely devoid of magic here. Wait a minute. Elvis Beardley. Yes. The ginger dwarf named Elvis. I genuinely almost broke the trying to do everything in Russian voice and almost put him in Scottish just because I see the ginger. Tell me. God, it's still sneaking in. Damn, even never thought of using it. Oh, no, I didn't even think about it. Actually, I would like to be able to fight the elves if something goes wrong. I don't want to say that within in case they're within earshot. I don't want to say that within earshot. The elf? Oh, I'm behind the cage. Turn around. Who are you? I hope you're our salvation. I was just wondering. Ask then. We have plenty of time. You've come from the Emperor's palace, haven't you? Yes. The Emperor's crony... Is it just... Doesn't the word crony have some sort of negative connotation to it? Yes, I can see the elves are very smart. And you'll be in trouble if you don't... Well, I don't like being we are in no position of power right now. Crony is negative. Okay. I'm gonna chalk that up to a translation misconception, or like a contextual translation error. Yeah, I don't want to be threatening while we are in cages and Nicole is bound and has her magic shut off by magic bracelets. Which, ironically, saying it out loud, it's no better here than it was in Doctor Strange. My name is Anarel. My brother, Anorion, left our lands when I was very young. Tell me, is he still alive? Oh, wait, no, yeah, this is the guy's sister. That's the... God, I'm stuck with names. I'll tell you if you help. Yeah, he's the elf who's actually living in the castle. Talented mage. Did he say anything about me? Your brother misses you a lot. He's so excited to see you. He asked me to give you something. It's a protective magic amulet and a message. I haven't read it, really. Thank you so much. I'll pray for you before Mother Nature. Yay, prayers for me. Can my karma go better? Wait, Tormod. Nicole. That's the orc. Tormod is the orc who can't count to 10, who can only count to 10. Okay. What's wrong?
The milk came out of the chamber.
Ooh. And there's no face on it. Tamir, are you okay?
Let them out. We are leaving your lands. I guarantee that our mage will not use her power to your detriment.
We believe you. You want to get out alive? Damn it, you haven't been to the cave. Where are we headed?
We're going east. We're kind of going the other way. Let's move out.
Okay, where are we? Wait a minute. Oh, okay. I'm a little bit stupid. I didn't realize in the room he was the only one present, so he was the one I was making the decisions for. Not to question Jeremy. I do think she should ask. Okay. So I completely forgot. The whole idea of player being the own disembodied entity, as opposed to talking picture. How did I just now read that? Yeah, I completely forgot. The player is a disembodied entity that Nicole herself talks to. Nicole is technically the main character, but she talks to the player directly with the stuff. I need to remember that she does not always have to be in the room. Good magician gave me something. It's the blood of the fire salamander. So you passed the test.
Wow, you didn't even have to go to the cave. That's how good you were, eh?
It's like this type of orc is the one here. There was no test. He asked me to take the blood to the nearest village, that of someone who needs the blood more than we do.
I don't get it. He just gave you what we came for. He came here for days. We didn't even have to finesse and catch a legendary lizard. We didn't have to pass the test. Don't tell me that we're going to take our loot to some girl. Shut up. We're going east to the village of Saltos.
Что-то надломило его в гостях у мага. Я знала, он никогда не расскажет мне, что именно.
Something happened in the magician's chamber. I knew he'd never tell me what it is. Can I fourth wall break tell her?
Мы легко могли забрать кровь. Конечно, это не означало успех миссии. Впереди нас ждал Лич. Но выполнение первой части задания воодушевило бы наш отряд.
We could have easily taken the blood. That didn't mean mission success with the Lich ahead of us. But accomplishing the first part of the mission would encourage our squad.
Дамир же предпочел взять и своими руками отдать то, из-за чего зависела судьба Империи. И это казалось мне нелепым.
Damir decided to give up what the fate of the Empire depended on. It seems silly to me. Oh. Parm. Why did you choose to give the flood? Why did you choose to give the blood without following the Emperor's orders?
It's simple. This blood could save a life.
Even if it costs our lives, that makes a difference. But what happens next when we give the blood? You know what, folk?
Because he belongs.
He definitely look. Ironically, in this entire party, like in this entire game, I don't know why. It's the fact that he's a ginger that makes him stand out so much more to everyone else. Happens next. Okay. That makes a difference, but what happens next?
You'll tell the truth about the failure to successfully complete the mission. What happens next is up to the Emperor.
Do you think he'll let us live after this? We are ruining the Empire with our own hands, no matter how well he treats us, no matter how close he is to me, accosting with his... Oh, wait. No matter how well he treats us, no matter how close he is to me, associating with his daughter.
He will. Fathers forgive more than that. By the way, she's not human.
What?
The one we're headed to is an elf.
You'd think that would matter now.
I think the house we're looking for should be on the outskirts.
What makes you say that?
I think that this family lives here as outcasts. And to see less of the residents, they must have moved far away from the public eye.
Let's ask for directions? Maybe.
It's a smart decision. Do you see that old woman and the vegetable garden? I'm sure she'll be able to help us.
I honestly say, no I don't, because she's not drawn anywhere here.
Hello, can you tell us where we can find the Vander?
The old woman. Oh god, howdy. Old Russian lady.
Oh. His house on the outskirts. You go straight ahead, then left 10 houses, straight ahead, turn right, you will see a house with a thatched roof and a well next to it. And behind that house will be a Vander's dwelling, but you'd better not go there.
Why is that?
His elf wife is cursed.
Old Russian lady voice is my Achilles heel, eh? We'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Пока мы удалялись от домика старушки, я думала о том, что она сказала. Проклят! Я практически ничего не знала о семье, к которой мы направляемся. Мне уже казалось, что на них
No, I am not
обрушилась вся несправедливость мира.
I was gonna try and say babunshka, but I'm not a babunshka, nor a babushka, nor a balunshka. As we moved away from the old woman's house, I thought about what she said. His elf wife is cursed. I knew next to nothing about the family we were headed to. But it already seemed to me that fate was unfair to them. I wonder... Why did she say that? The elf we carry the antidote to has betrayed their kind to live with a human. I know how strict elven law is. At best, she is considered banished, and at worst... That's not all. She's terminally ill. The great magician believes that karma is to blame, or she was poisoned by the locals. Poor thing. She bade farewell to her family for the sake of sincere love, but condemned herself to torment. What would you choose if you were her? Oh, come on! I am not a love doctor, okay? I barely understand how this part of the brain works. You know how important comfort is to me, but if it were about you, we'd find a solution together. I would follow my love... Wait, what? You know how important comfort is to me, but if it were you, we'd find a solution together. I would follow my loved one to the ends of the earth just to be with him. Okay, this is actually a bit more reasonable of an answer. Look, it's a visual novel. Time to commit save. Time to commit save at choice button. Okay, comfort, but if it was you, yeah, we'd find a solution. I know your decisions. Remember that year you snuck into the corral and saddled the best wyvern without the Emperor's permission? I'm sorry, this girl snuck in and stole the Emperor's wyvern? Okay, I see why this guy calls her fiery. But I wanted to fly, no one noticed. That's not an excuse! It's not a good reason. I wanted to fly and no one noticed are together and separate not good reasons for your action nor justifications for them. Of course no one noticed because you used your magic spell on the guards. Stavros would have allowed if I asked. So why didn't you ask? What is happening and why is Anti-Ash on screen? Anti-Ash? I'm confused by what that means. Harry Potter flying the car. Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah, if only they had done the proper cloaking. Don't mind, also, Lord, don't mind me. I'm just trying to swoon him again. No, wait, we're already a couple. No, he and Nicole. I need to remember the player is not an actual character. So why didn't you ask? Don't want to annoy the Emperor with silly requests. You expect me to believe that? Nicole, I know you. I don't mean to interrupt their sweet conversation, but I think... We've come out to their house. We've come out to their house. Sorry. I don't know why. I think the proper phrasing would be I think we've arrived at their house, but come out to their house just makes me think of just screaming at a random house, I'm gay. Just finding a random house and just shouting that. Also, You're right. And the man in front of the house is probably Evander. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, this is Russia. How do you... Hold a moment. I'm gonna check something. Don't mind me. This to this. To you. Yage! Yage! Wait.
Yage.
Yage! Sorry, I had to check that. Yage! Okay, sorry. Time to resume stuff.
You're right. And the man in front of the house is probably a vendor.
The yeet sounder also doesn't like yage. Okay, yage. Oh god. Playing Russian visual novels, slowly learning Russian culture and Russian language. I know how to proclaim homosexuality in Russian. Gay. Yage. What a lovely man. Oh god, what in the hell has I come to? Alright. Yeah. That is real. Why is it spelled out? I don't know. Oh, tap back in and continue. Oh.
Are you a vendor?
I don't know. Oh, that's a fact. I don't see him very well. I cannot. No. How do you know I'm not a Russian goat in disguise?
A Russian goat. People avoid my place usually, and you're not from around here. Why did you come?
I don't know what this guy sounds like. I would need to see him to kind of give him a voice.
I have something for Alan from the Great Magician.
Okay.
What does he want? Isn't it enough for him to have all the curses come down on her at once? Let her die in peace.
Use magic to knock axe out of your hands. Hey, we're coming to help your wife.
I'll kill you!
Wait a minute. She acted like magic was a limited resource earlier. Look, we're committing again. We are committing the I have a choice, therefore I save. Screw it, I'm using the magic. Karma chain. Why did that fill up more?
Are you here to keep bullying?
He just goes back to sitting down. What the fuck? I really want to see this real quick. Stay out. I didn't, this whole game is about it.
It's an antidote for Eileen. I don't believe you get out.
Oh my god, this is a bit, so this goes on for a while. There's a chance to save her. Will take the. Okay. Ignore my whole thing. I'm going back to the one I instinctively chose. Yes. Knockouts out of hand. Wait, why did Actually, no, wait, hold on. I need to see how this happens. Wait, so, yes, go here. Oh. Why was that? Lord, I always assume you're terrorizing someone. Okay,
By the fire salamander, will save her. She'll be fine, take it. I don't know how to thank you, I don't know. We don't need anything. Take care of her.
Okay, I kind of...
Мы возвращались обратно к своему отряду. Я держала Дамира за руку. Он был расслаблен, будто груз упал с его плеч. А мне было не по себе. Но не от того, что мы провалили миссию. Я всем нутром ощущала присутствие кого-то еще.
We were heading back to the squad. I held Damir's hand, and he was relaxed. I felt bad, but not that we'd failed the mission. I could feel the presence of someone else here.
Я крепко сжала руку Дамира, подавая знак, что что-то тут не так, и развернулась. Мои ладони были готовы отдавать приказы стихиям.
I squeezed Damir's hand tightly, signaling that something was wrong here, and turned around. My palms were ready to give orders to the elements.
Перед нами стоял эльф, абсолютно бесшумный и невидимый до сего момента. В руке он держал клетку с ярко-алой ящерицей.
An elf stood before us, completely silent and invisible until this moment. He held a cage with a bright scarlet lizard in his hand. So I don't know if this is us getting the lizard. or another red herring here. Well, I guess it's a red lizard. I'm gonna be right back before continuing this. Okay. I don't know if this is good or bad to be full. You know what? Screw it. We're committing to that. We're just gonna play and try and not pay attention to what happens. But I'm gonna be right back before continuing this. That's a little loud for midstream. Yeah, real quick. Be right back. Oh no, sorry, I saw something in the top left. It was the karma bottle. That freaked me out. Alright, I'll actually be right back. Darn. Oh, Jesus. Why did I show back up to such a dramatic music stinger? Okay, well. Why do I feel like some horror movie villain is about to appear behind me with this? Either way. You have passed the test. Great magician Deus has asked me to give you a fire salamander as a reward. It was all a test! Being nice and being good was the correct option. Ugh.
Было холодно. Ветер беспощадно хлестал в
It was all a
Я
test.
пыталась усмирить его.
And I have
Мне
passed.
стало казаться, что в этих краях моя магия значительно ослабела. Стихии не подчинялись мне.
Why do I feel like the Necromancer's Tower and the Lich aren't going to be as forgiving as that? Because I hardcore banked on that being a test to pass. And I got real lucky that that's what that was. It was cold. The wind whipped mercilessly at my face. I tried to tame it, but I began to think that my magic was much weaker in these parts. The elements did not obey me.
Проклятый перевал оправдал свое название. Возникало ощущение, будто мы блуждали по промозглому лабиринту уже вторые сутки. Силы медленно покидали нас.
The cursed pass lived up to its name. It felt as if we were wandering through a dank labyrinth for the a dank labyrinth for the second 24 hours. Our strength was slowly draining away. You gotta go. Wait, Lord, I thought you had already. Wait. Oh, I honestly thought you'd already gone. Good night, Lord. Oh, and Kuda. Oh, God. Kuda, where were you? Oh, God. I want to do a little catch up for Kuda, dude. What do you remember so far? Was it before or after the meteor and the time jump?
Неизвестно, сколько еще оставалось плутать, чтобы перевал вывел нас к цели.
There's no telling how long we had to wander before the pass would lead us to our destination. Is that Robin's bow?
There's something moving. Weapons at the ready.
Лук Робина был
Yep, that is
нацелен на
Robin's bow.
сугроб, преграждающий нам путь. Ветер ворошил снег, поднимал его частицы воздуха и играл с ними. Вдруг сугроб ожил и зашевелился. Снег посыпался в разные стороны, оголяя череп отвратительно смердящей нежити.
Robin's bow was aimed at the snowdrift blocking our path. The wind was stirring the snow, lifting particles of it into the air and playing with them. Suddenly, the snowdrift came to life and stirred. The snow flew in different directions, revealing the skull of a disgustingly stinking undead. Anytime jump. Suppose after this. Okay, brief thing. Meteor hits, time jump, Empire divided north and south. Emperor sends on mission to get ingredients for a potion that can, effectively let you go back in time to a key pivotal moment to try and do different negotiations at a time. First ingredient was blood of a fire salamander. Go to Elf. Elf puts us through. Long story short, Elf puts us through a test that I thankfully passed. We got the salamander, and now I believe we're on our way to a necromancer's tower where we need to get the soul of a lich. Hence the undead. Attack the monsters to what? Duck hunt? Also, there are mini games in this. I forgot about that. All right, this is the orc.
You did great. I heard the undead get to you and bite you.
Oh,
I heard that if the undead get you and bite you, you'll become undead yourself.
You saw the salamander. Okay, yes, the salamander was the reward for the test. The test itself was I was unsure, and I'm real glad I ended up passing it. Also, Elvis is a dwarf. I'm throwing that out there. Elvis is a ginger dwarf.
It's nonsense. The kind of story parents scare naughty kids with at night. It's not silly. And anyway, how much further do we have to go? Don't you think we're lost?
We're getting closer, not much left. Don't lose heart. I have no idea where to go for. Okay, we need to keep the spirits up, even if it's a lie. Karma changed. Did that go better or worse? I can't tell if the vial is feeling the right way.
Do you believe it yourself?
I believe in us, otherwise I wouldn't have traveled with you to the ends of the earth.
Nicole, if we don't find the way out, you can open the portal home, right?
I doubt I can even open a portal in this cursed place. I feel my power is waning.
It's no time to get discouraged. Do you remember our plan?
It'll be in a 70 story. It'll be in a 7-story tower. On each floor will be the nastiest creatures. So we're killing them.
I wonder why they don't attack our lands. Don't you find it strange that the strongest necromancer imprisoned in a tower does nothing? Do you know the legend? Do me a favor, enlighten me. Once upon a time...
Wait, what?
Back in the days when there was no rift and we lived happily ever after.
You're right, it was long before you were born.
You bet. How would I know about that then?
You should read a book, dummy. You should read a book, dummy. Sorry, I got the voices confused there for a bit.
The smallest people in the world are here. Oh, the smartest people in the world are here.
No offense to them, it's actually a pretty boring legend. Do you want me to tell it?
I can't read, so I'd love to
Во
hear.
времена правления императора Велимира
During the reign of the Emperor Vilmer,
поделил с ним князь Икар
Prince
земельный налог.
attacks
Пришел
him.
на поклон к
He came to the
императору
Emperor
с
with
заявлением,
statements
что платить не
that he did
намерен.
not intend to pay.
Ведь его земли и так не вышли
Because lands
плодородия
were
и
not
не
forfeited
отличались
enough
ничем
and were not
примечательным,
remarkable except for
кроме
the
того, что
fact that the
площадь
area
их
was
была огромной.
huge. The area was huge.
Тогда-то князь и нашел
It was then that the
необычное
prince
применение
found an
своим
unusual
землям.
use for his
Он
land.
устроил кладбище,
He set up a
куда с
cemetery where the
ближайших
corpses of the
уголков империи
rich were
свозили и
taken from the
хоронили
nearest corners of the
скучные трупы
empire and buried
богачей.
within
Было
hours. It was
престижно похоронить покойника именно так.
prestigious for the deceased
Началась
there.
застройка семейных склепов.
Family
Воздвигались статуи.
statues were
нанимались
erected
работники.
and workers were
Земля начала
hired.
приносить
The
свой
land
доход.
began bringing its own income.
Поговаривали, что князь
It was rumored
разбогател
that the
настолько,
prince
что
became
вывез
so
свои
rich that he
сокровища
removed
и
his treasures
спрятал
and
их
hid them
где-то за
somewhere outside the
пределами
empire.
империи. Императору Велимиру
Emperor
пришлось не по
Velmir
душе
was
то, как
unhappy with
выросло
the increase in
благосостояние
the prince's
князя.
wealth.
Получив отказ в
However,
обогащении казны,
Being refused and
император
the emperor
обратился за
turned
помощью к ведьме,
for help to the
коих до
witch,
сего момента
whom he
всячески
had
угнетал,
the opportunity
пообещав
every
ей
way,
свободу и жизнь
promising
без
her
запретов.
freedom with a little without
Ведьма
it.
наслала
The
проклятие
witch
на
had put a
земли
curse on the
Икароса.
land of Aros.
Князь сидел в своей
The
башне
prince
и
sat in the
наблюдал,
tower
как
and
покойники
watched the dead
вылезают
come
из
out of their
могил.
graves.
Не смог он стерпеть
He
такого
could not endure such
унижения.
humiliation.
Ведь всё, к чему
For
он
everything he
приложил
put
душу
his
и
soul so much
столько
effort
сил,
into,
развалилось у него на
he had
глазах.
fallen apart for his eyes.
Вонзил князь нож себе в
The prince
сердце.
plunged
Сидя в покоях на
the
седьмом
knife into
этаже
his heart,
башни.
stone chamber 7
Но
for
проклятие
but
и
the
его
curse did
не
not
обошло
spare
стороной.
him.
Стал он
He
нежитью,
became
точно
undead,
таким же, как все
just like
обитатели его
all
земли.
of his
Но не
land.
просто нежитью.
But not just any
Он
undead,
стал
he
личом
became
Кощея,
the Nightmare Lich. Oh!
могущественным
A
магом
powerful
некромантом,
necromancer
способным
capable of
поднять из
raising the
могилы
dead from the
мертвых.
grave.
И душа его
And
оказалась
his soul was
заключена в филактерии.
imprisoned to a
Многие
psychiatrist.
спорят о
Many
том,
argue
что
about what
именно стало
exactly for
филактерией для Икароса.
Okay, I don't have to. I have to speed read those. Oh yeah, that's that's Elvis, the ginger dwarf. I have to speed read those because it does not. It go nonstop. It go. I don't even know exactly what they're looking for. Must be something important to him. An object he put his soul into during his lifetime.
What became of that witch? She might be able to give us a clue.
Delmir burned her at the stake as soon as the curse cut up with Icaros. Icaros.
Enough stories. It's time to choose a victim. Time to choose a victim? You bet. How long are we gonna drag this out, eh?
He's right. I prepared 4 sticks of the same size. I'll break one of them. Oh, we're drawing sticks. Whoever draws the short stick will be the victim. Elvis pulls first. Hole, hole. Robin's turn, hole.
There's nothing to think about. It's clear enough that it has to be me.
Pull.
Broken, I told you.
Huh? So far, Asgard. Okay, here's the thing. They are two very, very fundamentally different visual novels. Like Tiny Bunny being horror and this one being fantasy. I lean towards I like Tiny Bunny better as an experience. This one's fun, but Tiny Bunny plays a lot more with the medium of visual novel. This one's kind of just more straightforward visual novel. It has a personality test, and it is at least in my eyes unique in that the player is another, like, is addressed in fourth wall breaky type things by Nicole, who is the main character. And it's like not through a character's eyes. It is the player is a separate entity. I like that. I will say, again, I think Tiny Bunny just because it does more. But this is still quite enjoyable. I think we have crossed the path. We have crossed the pass after all. Look, there's a tower up ahead. It's like the horse is here. Nicole, is the Askroyd antidote sure to help Tormod? Also, I'm gonna put it this another thing. Tiny Bunny has a full voice cast for every single character, whereas this only has the voice of Nicole. And it's only played over her, like, internal monologues as opposed to any actual dialogue. Which, with Tiny Bunny, it gave me kind of a baseline whenever I was reading in English. It gave me a baseline of where to put their voices. This one I kind of just have to make them up, which is kind of hard after a certain point to keep making up voices for each character. Also, this is more of a for sake of streaming the thing. And making content of it. Nicole's internal monologues can kind of go on for what feels like a while, and in Tiny Bunny, I'm not sure if I'm remembering this wrong, it never felt like any individual... Oh, no, that's because whenever a character talked, the lines were kind of reasonable length, the character would talk, and then I would follow in with my English reading of the line. With this one, because Nicole only reads aloud her internal monologues, they can go on for a while, and I'm just kind of sat there like, how much longer are you gonna go there, ma'am? Waiting for my chance to read without interrupting her, because I like her voice to play out fully first. You should bring him back to life. Askroyd's never wrong.
Will you cry when I die?
They might be tears of laughter after that line.
I'd love to talk to you guys, but we don't have time. Tormund, are you ready?
More than ever.
Sit down, take this potion, and drink it in the volley. Askroyd said you would feel a slight dizziness, and then you'll just pass out. You shouldn't be in any pain.
Glug glug, that feels very weird in the middle of the brain.
Is everything okay? How do you feel? Don't be quiet.
He's already passed out. Robin and I will carry his body. We have only a short distance to go. We'll come to you soon,
Necromancer Icaros. The Tormod turns undead and we don't have time to bring him back to life. We have 24 hours. Let's hurry.
Oh, that's what the 24 hours line earlier meant.
Аскрид внимательно изучила историю
potion
Икароса
of
перед
feigned
тем, как составить план
death?
действий. По идее, все было просто. Один из добровольцев выпивает яд и умирает, а мы приносим его тело прямиком к Личу для совершения обряда захоронения.
Askred studied the history of Icaros carefully before making a plan. The idea was simple. One of the volunteers drinks the poison and dies. And we bring his body straight to the Lich for burial rites. Wait, where is... I want to see that. The potion of feigned death. Potion crafted by the witch's recipe. And induces a deep sleep in the drinker by completely shutting down his life processes. Within a day, an antidote can be administered to revive the drinker. Otherwise, he or she will die permanently. Okay, this is the full Legend of Icaros. Okay, we could... kind of want to read that on its own, but I will go back and close the book. Okay, so it is potion basically shuts off all his vital organs, and within a set amount of time you can revive him.
Пока будет проводиться ритуал, который Лич ни за что на свете не нарушит, мы воспользуемся моментом. Я оставлю метку в покоях некроманта. При удобном случае открою портал и прыгну прямиком в его кабинет.
Leech won't break the ritual. While the ritual is being performed, we'll take advantage of the moment. I'll leave the mark on the necromancer's chambers, open a portal when I get the chance, and jump straight into his room.
Лич не заметит этого, и по завершению обряда благополучно распрощается с нами. Мы, расплатившись с ним мешком золотых, попросим оставить нас наедине с могилой друга. Вольем противоядие нашему добровольцу. Он оживет, и мы смоемся. Довольные и с душой леча за пазухой.
Before we run out of time, let me check my manual. Yes, we are on a time-sensitive thing. Let me read about this thing poison you just drank. Talking to his corpse. The Lich will not notice us, and will bid us farewell when the rite is complete. We pay him back with a bag of gold, and ask him to leave us alone with our friend's grave. We'll give the antidote to the volunteer he'll revive, and we'll be off with the Lich's soul.
В нашем плане было несколько пробелов. Преодоление 7 этажей с неподвижной тушей жертвы. И второй, я не знала, что именно мне надо искать в кабинете у Икароса.
There were a few gaps in our plan. We had to traverse 7 floors of a tower with a friend's corpse, and I didn't know what exactly I should be looking for in Ikaros's chamber. Just carrying the dead orc.
I should have been in issues. Dragging an orc to the 7th row of a tower was a crazy idea. Some other chance, then so be it. When this is over, I'm gonna go home and get drunk.
You know what? At least you have very clear intentions.
I'm going to take the day off to be with my family. We're all tired, but we've had traveled more than halfway, and there is no retreat. When we return home, I will personally give everyone a week's rest. That sounds great. What's the chance we'll be back? My bet is Elvis loses his beard.
Как мы только решились на такое. Это же абсурд. А если противоядие не сработает? Я сама лично протянула Тормоду билет на борт корабля под названием «Смерть».
How did we ever decide to do this? This is such a stupid thing to do. What do we do if the antidote doesn't work? I personally handed Tormod a ticket to board the ship of death.
Мы не могли. Мы не имели права.
We couldn't. We had no right.
Провались оно все пропадом. Барсучий сын Ставрос готов на все ради спасения своей шкуры и положения. Но мы-то имеем право на выбор.
Damn it all to hell. Abadja's son Stavros would do anything to save his position, but we have the right to choose.
А о чем думала Аскрид? Ее заднице не грозит опасность, но она толкнула одного из нас на погибель.
And what was Askrid thinking about? Her ass is in no danger, but one of us will die because of her.
Если Лич нас раскусит, нам ни за что не справиться с ним.
What if the Lich figures us out? There's no way we can beat him.
Huh? Nicole! There's so many of them.
Oh, what? Huh? Swipe a rune to use a spell. What? Okay. Keep. Okay. Huh? Show them the full power of your magic. That was a bit jank.
Let's give his bags of bones some heat.
Oh. Swipe a rune to use a spell. Okay, where? So. Oh, I get it. It's a keep it in the line. It's keep it in the area.
Nicole, you're the only one who can save us. Activate the protective barrier.
Oh, God. I'm not a battle mage.
Императора, не более. Сейчас я должна находиться в уютных покоях, приводить себя в порядок, думать о том, что состряпать на обед моему храброму воину, или выслушивать бредни очередной малолетки, что случайно подожгла свой дом.
I'm not a battle mage, I'm just a servant of the Emperor, nothing more. I should be in my cozy quarters right now. I should be thinking about what to make my brave warrior for dinner, or listening to the ramblings of another little girl who actually set her house on fire.
Я смотрела на то, как Элвис яростно размахивает топором, грозно рыча, словно дикое животное. Гномы. В моменты ярости они похожи на животных.
I watched Elvis swing his axe furiously, growling menacingly like a wild animal. Dwarves, they looked like animals in moments of rage.
Видела, как Робин натягивает тетиву и отпускает, а потом вновь и вновь повторяет эти действия. Я обратила внимание на то, что его стрелы на исходе.
I saw Robin draw the bowstring and release it, and then repeat the action over and over again. I noticed his arrows were running low.
Мир находился рядом. Он тряс меня за плечи и что-то кричал.
Damir was right next to me. He was shaking me by the shoulders and shouting something.
Почему-то именно в этот момент мне вспомнился тот самый день, когда упал метеорит. Я чувствовала внутри эту жгучую боль. Мне хотелось закричать на весь мир.
I remembered the day the meteorite fell in that moment. I felt this searing pain inside and wanted to scream at the world.
Мы никогда не сможем вернуть все назад. Мы найдем свою судьбу здесь, в стенах этой башни, обглоданной мерзкими скелетами.
We can never take it back. We will find our fate here, within the walls of this tower, nibbled on by vile
Элвис
skeletons.
не получит почетного звания лучшего инженера Империи, хотя всю жизнь стремился к этому.
Elvis will not receive the honorary title of best engineer in the Empire, though he has spent his whole life striving for
Робин
it.
не обнимет жену и никогда не узнает, каково это, когда сын обгоняет его по росту, а затем и по званию на службе.
Robin won't hug his wife and will never know what it's like to have his son overtake him in height and then in rank.
Тормот не встретит ту самую, которая будет просыпаться от его ночного храпа и ласково гладить по облысевшей орочьей макушке.
Tormod will not meet the very one who will be awakened by his nightly snoring and stroked affectionately on his balding Oro head? Is that supposed to say orc head? Oro
Я
head.
никогда не выйду замуж за Дамира. У нас не будет семьи, не будет домика около озера. У нас никогда не родятся дети.
I'll never marry Damir. We won't have a family. We won't have a lake house. We'll never have children.
А еще
I'm also
никогда
never
не
gonna see
Адриан.
Adrian. Oh. Coin.
Я упала на колени. Крик рвался из легких. Кричала не я, а то, что копилось там внутри.
I fell to my knees. A scream tore from my lungs. It wasn't me. It was building inside.
Кулаками я стучала по каменному полу. Соленая вода лилась из глаз по щекам и падала вниз.
Pounding the stone floor. I pounded the stone floor with my fists. Salt water poured from my eyes, down my cheeks, and tumbled
Крик
down.
оборвался так же неожиданно, как и настиг меня. Было страшно открыть глаза. Я боялась увидеть останки своих товарищей, но на удивление все стихло.
The scream cut off suddenly as it had caught up with me. I was afraid to open my eyes. I was afraid to see the remains of my comrades, but surprisingly it
Мне
was
показалось,
quiet.
что стены башни затряслись. Послышался звон упавшего меча.
I thought the walls of the tower shook. I heard the sound of a sword falling.
Я сидела на коленях с опущенными веками и ждала своей участи, когда почувствовала его прикосновение. Он присел на колени и обнял меня сзади, обвивая теплыми руками вокруг шеи. Я нащупала его ладони, которые знала наизусть, и только тогда, пересилив себя, открыла глаза.
I was sitting on my knees with my eyelids down, waiting for my fate. When I felt his touch, he knelt down and hugged me from behind, wrapping warm arms around my neck. I felt the palms of his hands, which I knew by heart, and only then, overpowering myself, I opened my eyes.
Элвис и Робин стояли разинув рты. Весь этаж башни был усыпан костями. Скелеты рассыпались на части. Все до единого.
Elvis and Robin stood there with their mouths hanging open. The entire floor of the tower was strewn with bones. The skeletons were falling apart, every last one of them. You did it, Nicole, you saved us.
Мы находились напротив массивной двери. Стук глухим эхом заполнил башню.
We were standing in front of a massive door. The knock resonated with a dull echo, filling the tower.
Ожидание терзало наши души. Накручивало ком волнения в районе живота. Я замерла и не дышала.
Anticipation tormented our souls, winding up a knot of anxiety in the stomach area. I froze and held my
В
breath.
ту сторону послышался шорох. Ручка медленно повернулась, и дверь, заскрипев, аккуратно отворилась.
On the other side, a rustle was heard. The handle slowly turned, and the door creaked open carefully.
to disturb me.
I don't know what type of voice to do for a necromancer who looks like this.
Я смотрела в бездонные глазницы Лича. Взгляд переместился ниже. Отверстие, где когда-то был рот, не двигалось. У него не было губ и языка, но каким-то образом мы слышали его речь.
I gazed into the abyssal eye sockets of the lich. The gaze shifted downward. The aperture where a mouth had once been remained motionless. He lacked lips and a tongue, yet somehow we heard his speech.
Слова будто проникали в наше сознание, врывались в него и уничтожали привычное понимание об устройстве мира.
His words seemed to penetrate our consciousness, breaking into it and dismantling the familiar understandings of the world. We have come for your soul surrender. I don't think we want to play our hand to that, obviously, this early. We have come a long way to commission your special services.
Haven't heard visitors in a long time. Have the wealthy perhaps unraveled the secret to immortality?
I really don't know how to do a demon lich voice. No, just everyone. Just that not everyone can afford your services, even wealthy families certainly not. It's just that you are cursed and everyone avoids your lands. Even wealthy families. Yeah, well, people can't afford it.
Rich people, what can one expect from them? Money breeds greed. So what exactly do you need?
Of course, a comrade. Sorry, saying the word comrade with the Russian accent is just innately funny. Our comrade fell in battle. We want to bury him with honors. We need a special location, or even better, a crypt.
There won't be a problem with that if you're willing to pay.
Perhaps we could go to the room and discuss everything there.
Only one of you may enter. It's already too noisy today.
And he seems very angry about that. Okay. And now Nicole or Damir? Or Damir. Nicole needs to mark it.
Только сейчас я заметила, что у него нет конечностей, которыми бы он соприкасался с землей. Некромант бесшумно плыл по воздуху, шурша лохмотьями одеяния и болтавшейся на костях кожей.
Speaking of, you can kind of see it behind me, but why is there a diamond pickaxe in the necromancer's lair? I'm sorry, but of all the things that have been in this, of all the things why? Huh? What is that doing in the necromancer's lair? I guess his necromantic abilities just grant him access to other realities and timelines and such. Okay, there's a diamond pickaxe behind my head. Coolio. Okay, of all the man, that just for shock value and what the hell is it doing here-ness goes up in some rankings of some type.
Чтобы не выдать страха перед ним, мне пришлось переключить внимание на обстановку в его
In
кабинете.
order to not let on my fear in front of him, I had to shift my focus to the ambience in his room. Prime grade leather of the highest quality, the finest wool. Trust me, I know about these things.
None of this would have happened if I hadn't invested my soul in pursuit of my life's work. But let's get down to business. A special place, a crypt for the chosen ones.
We would like to know the cost.
Well. Let me check what's written in the book.
Check your book, bud. Taxes.
Ah, here it is. 500 gold pieces and the place is yours.
Isn't it too much? Or indeed, please recount it. We're doing the saving. Why is remove the bottle? Okay. Indeed, please recount it. Oh, I handed him the stuff.
I love the sound of coins clinking. I haven't heard it in a long time.
Икарос принялся считать. Он высыпал монеты на стол и стал водить рукой над ними с неимоверной скоростью.
Ikaros began to count. He poured coins onto the table and swiftly moved his hand over them with incredible speed.
Пришла пора действовать. Одной рукой я залезла в потайной карман поясной сумки и, зажав в ладони, вытащила круглый камушек.
It's time to act. With one hand, I reached into the secret pocket of my belt bag and gripping it, pulled out a round stone. Oh, I almost forgot. One more gold piece got lost.
С этими словами другой рукой я бросила заранее подготовленную монету на пол и нагнулась, чтобы ее поднять.
With these words, using the other hand, I tossed a prepared coin onto the floor and bent down to pick it up.
Обхватив магический камень двумя пальцами, я начертила на полу воображаемый треугольник и подула на это место. Очертания треугольника вспыхнули переливом мерцающих огоньков.
Grasping the magical stone with two fingers, I traced an imaginary triangle on the floor and blew on the spot. The outlines of the triangle lit up with a shimmer of sparkling lights. How does the necromancer not notice this? How does Ikaros not notice this?
Икарос был сильно увлечен подсчетом и не обращал на меня внимания.
Never mind, thank you for explaining the question I just asked. Ikaros was deeply engrossed in counting and paid no attention to me.
There are 516 gold here. Take the extra.
Apparently I made a mistake.
Follow me.
На улице стояла непроглядная тьма. Икарос вел нас вглубь своего царства. Мы шли по сырой промерзлой земле. Если нежить норовила высунуться из могилы и схватить, Лич реагировал моментально. Он щелкал тем, что осталось от его пальцев, и ходячий труп рассыпался на глазах.
Outside, an impenetrable darkness reigned. Ikaros led us deeper into his realm. We walked on the cold, damp ground. If the undead dared to emerge from their graves and grab us, the lich reacted instantly. He snapped with what remained of his fingers, and the walking corpse crumbled before our eyes.
В покрывале тьмы я постепенно стала различать очертания большого склепа. Огни свечей манили своим пламенем.
In the shroud of darkness, I gradually began to distinguish the outlines of a large crypt. The candlelights lured us with their flames.
Приблизившись, Икарос толкнул железные ворота, и они с противным скрипом распахнулись.
Approaching, Ikaros pushed the iron gates, and they creaked open with an unpleasant sound.
All the weapons must be left at the entrance to the crypt. Beyond that, feel free to make yourselves at home.
Мы шагнули вовнутрь, и, спустившись на несколько ступеней вниз, затем, миновав небольшой коридор, оказались в мрачном зале. Повсюду горели свечи, будто это место готовилось к нашему появлению.
Oh, excuse me. We stepped inside and descending a few steps down, then passing through a small corridor, found ourselves in a dark hall. Candles burned everywhere, as if this place were prepared for our arrival.
The ritual requires silence. None of you are allowed to make any sound. Even if you hear any extraneous noise, you must not be distracted by it.
I feel unwell.
She's deeply affected by the death of a friend, barely holding herself together.
I'm sorry, I won't be able to... I need to breathe fresh air.
Мысль о том, что будет, если он раскусит наш план, не давала мне покоя. У меня оставалось так мало времени. Я была обязана вернуться до окончания церемонии, но понятия не имела, что именно надо искать.
The thought of what will happen if he figures out our plan haunted me. I had so little time left. I had to return before the end of the ceremony, but I had no idea what exactly I needed to look
Мои
for.
ладони соприкоснулись. Взгляд был устремлен на поток энергии, пульсирующий вокруг них. Я закрыла глаза и представила роскошные покои Лича.
My palms touch, my gaze focused on the energy stream pulsating around them. I closed my eyes and envisioned the luxurious chambers of the Lich.
Вот его
Портал!
стол, кожаные кресла.
Портал!
Вот сундук, шевеление пальца, яркая фиолетовая вспышка, едкий запах серы, шаг вперед, полет.
Here's his desk and leather chairs, there's the chest, a flicker of the finger, a bright purple flash, the acrid smell of sulfur, a step forward, flight.
Чтобы найти филактерию Лича, артефакт, в котором заключена его душа, необходимо пройти квест на поиск предметов.
To find the Lich's phylactery, an artifact containing a soul, you must embark on a quest to search for
Помоги
items.
мне. Отыщи все монеты в кабинете некроманта за отведенное время. Если не успеешь, пока идет ритуал, Лич обнаружит мою пропажу.
Lun. It's weird. It's always weird to see my own name here. Help me. Find all the coins in the necromancer's study within the allotted time. If you don't succeed while the ritual is ongoing, the Lich will discover my absence. Oh! Oh god. Oh god, I must. Okay, get all the. How much time do I have? Okay. I'm kind of tempted to fail just out of curiosity, but. Oh! Darn gold. They're everywhere, but it's not the phylactery. I need to quickly figure out which item could be the Lich's phylactery. Minecraft pickaxe? Seems like you confused the game. Wait, karma changed? The Lich plunged the knife into his heart while sitting on the chambers on the 7th floor in the tower. But the curse did not spare him. Exactly, where else could the Lich's soul be if not for the item used to end his life? Wait. What's this note? Under the dagger, which means it plays a significant role in the Lich's life. Legend of in the Legend of Icarus, it was mentioned about treasure hidden by the necromancer when he was still human. Perhaps these are coordinates of a location, huh? Very precise coordinates. This castle is cursed, the owner said. He left his treasure and never took them. Where the fire eats the wood, red bricks keep the peace. In the center... Wait, okay. Castle is cursed. Do you search... Code phrase. I found the brick that Lich hid. Castle is cursed, the owner said. He felt his treasures and never took them. Where the fire eats the wood, red bricks keep the peace. In the corner, or in the center room. In the center room in the corner, a message is hidden. Code phrase, I found the brick that Lich hid. I'm gonna ask you to remember and or copy paste or type these up. Actually, I could probably notepad this. Don't mind this. I may or may not have just, what the hell? Oh, that's interesting. So I hit screenshot, and the screenshot of the game is from way earlier. Interesting. However, I still have the OBS bit. Don't mind what I'm doing. I'm simply keeping my useful information prominent. Oh,
Стараясь не привлекать
treasure coordinates.
внимания, я вернулась в склеп. Ритуал как раз подходил к концу. Молитвы Икароса эхом отзывались по каменным стенам.
Sorry, just seeing him
Нутром
there.
ощущала, как новоиспеченные соседи Тормода ерзают в своих гробах, как друг об друга трутся их кости.
Tempting not to draw attention, I returned to the crypt. The ritual was just coming to an end. Icaros's prayers echoed on the stone walls. I could feel in my gut how Tormod's newly minted neighbors were fidgeting in their coffins, how their bones were rubbing against each other. The ritual is complete. I placed the coin on his bone. so that the other side he could settle the ferryman's fee. I'd like to have a moment alone with him, to bid farewell.
Некромант обернулся. Он направился прямиком ко мне и замер напротив моего лица. Из его глазниц валило черное пламя.
Wait, it's an actual. Wait a minute, it is an actual thing. Oh, okay, okay. It's an abandoned mansion with a small tower and an unnamed road in Russia. Anyone want to do a meet and greet at those specific coordinates? The random abandoned tower in Russia? The random mansion tower in Russia. Meet and greet. Necromancer turned around. He walked straight toward me and froze in front of my face. Black flames were pouring out of his eye sockets.
Я заметила, как Робин и Элвис потянулись к оружию. Дамир жестом показал им не спешить.
Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed Robin and Elvis reaching for their weapons. Damir gestured them to hold off.
Я ответила на взгляд Икароса. Смотря в его черные бездонные глазницы, пытаясь разглядеть былой след живого человека, я окунулась во мрак и отчаяние.
I responded to Icaros's gaze, gazing into his black bottomless eye sockets, attempting to discern a trace of the ones living. I plunged into darkness and despair.
Но он просто махнул рукой, и вместе с моими товарищами они направились к выходу.
Yet he simply waved his hand, and along with my companions, they made their way towards the exit. Come on, Tormod, you can do it.
Я вдруг ощутила бессилие. Кто мы такие, чтобы распоряжаться судьбой ближнего? Мы действуем в своих интересах, а страдать приходится другим.
I suddenly felt powerless. Who are we to dictate the fate of others? We act in our own interests, and it's others who suffer. You can do it. Snap out of it. Come on, my dear.
И зачем только мы согласились на это безумие? Противоядие не подействует, Аскрит обманула нас.
And why did we agree to this madness? The antidote won't work. Ascot deceived us. Open your stinky mouth and release some sort of distinctive snoring. I know you can. He's gone. Elstormod. Just a little more time. Just a tiny bit. He'll wake up. Nicole. I said he'll wake up. Did you find the phylactery? I have it with me. But I'll have to wait. I don't want to say out loud, but if the Lich discovers the loss, we'll be in trouble. Shut up. You don't want me to open a personal portal for you. Leave if you want. Everyone go away. I'll wait for Tormod, and we'll catch up. Nicole.
Я развернулась, и он заметил, как пламя огня вырывается из моих ладоней. Они стояли передо мной, испуганные как никогда.
I turned around and he noticed as flames erupted from my palms. They stood before me, frightened like never before.
Не волновала башня, полная нежити. Их не напугал Лич, в чьих силах было уничтожить нас одним щелчком сгнивших пальцев.
The tower teeming with the undead did not concern them, and Lich, whose power could obliterate us with the snap of his decaying fingers, did not frighten them.
Они боялись меня.
They feared me.
Свечи пылали и искрились. Я сжала кулаки, и огонь утонул в пальцах. Еле заметные струйки дыма поднимались вверх к потолку. Я сложила ладони и представила поляну, где мы оставили лошадей.
The candles flickered and sparkled. I clenched my fists, and the fire drowned in my fingers. Faint wisps of smoke rose up to the ceiling. I cupped my hands and imagined the lawn where we left the horses.
Арка портала, сопровождаемая вспышкой и неприятным запахом, повисла в воздухе.
The portal arch, accompanied by a flash and an unpleasant odor, hung in the air. Oh. I'll stay with him no matter what. I am to blame for agreeing to this. We will catch up with you as soon as he regains consciousness. If that doesn't happen, I'll come back alone. I'm waiting for the friend. I am waiting for the dumb orc to resurrect himself.
Среди всего этого шума я вдруг услышала протяжный храп Тормода.
I heard the clamor of vile skeletons, heard the fire kindling in the candles, and amidst all that noise, I suddenly heard Tormod's prolonged snoring. Hey, he lives!
Бежать! Бежать без оглядки из этого страшного места!
Run, flee without looking back from this dreadful place.
Непроглядная тьма. Повсюду хруст трущихся костей и отвратительный запах смерти.
unfathomable darkness. Everywhere the crunch of grinding bones and the nauseating stench of death.
Мы скачем на лошадях. Я поворачиваю голову и вижу, как бездонные глазницы лича приближаются к нам.
We galloped on horses. I turn my head and see the lich's bottomless eye sockets closing in on us.
Я ускоряюсь. Хлещу лошадь поводьями, но вдруг осознаю, что мы не скачем, а стоим на месте. Будто сознание играет с нами зловещую шутку.
I accelerate, whipping the horse with the reins, but suddenly I realize that we're not galloping, but standing still, as if consciousness is playing a sinister joke on us.
Всего несколько шагов, поворот, и мы спасены. Но он лишь оттягивает удовольствие от осознания своего величия. Хотя бы в этом отрезанном от империи мире он на что-то способен.
Just a few steps, a turn, and we are saved. But he only postponed the pleasure of realizing his grandeur. At least in this world, severed from the Empire, he is capable of something.
Я чувствую на себе, как магия лича проникает в мое тело и сжигает изнутри. Я распадаюсь на миллион частиц, а напоследок слышу крики моих товарищей.
I feel the lich's magic penetrating my body and burning from within. I disintegrate into a million particles. As a final note, I hear the cries of my comrades. Nightmares again? So everything is fine. Huh? You don't look well. I just need some rest. Is that so strange after everything we've been through? You made it, Nicole. That's the most important thing. You need to relax ahead of us. You yourself said you don't know what awaits us ahead. I'm trying to remember if this is the beginning of the game. We have no choice, do you understand? Sooner or later you have to surrender the dagger. Oh, surrender the dagger. We have the dagger. Okay. It's going... I wasn't going to not return it back. A day has passed. I said I would deliver it to Asgard myself. What's wrong, or don't you believe me? You can't keep delaying this moment forever. Never planned to delay it. You're not listening to me at all. Should I go with you? I'd like to be alone. Oh, okay. Huh. Hopefully it goes well. Plan is to finish, so why did he look weird? We have a few more days. Let's just leave everything and go somewhere. We can spend the day at the beach. Stavros will understand. Besides, you know yourself. It doesn't make any sense anymore. Now we're free to do whatever we want. Maybe. We can bask in the sun, splash in the warm water. Spend these days like a normal couple. Not like a perpetually on-duty military commander and the coolest mage of the Empire, burdened with responsibilities. Rest day or don't want... I'm gonna be right back, but I think I'm gonna do a be right back real quick. I think I'm just gonna go with so be it, but also first, create extra save. And real quick, thwerdunk, be right back. Alrighty. What the? Game? Why are you... I have changed nothing. Why are you gone? Wait. Huh? Yes? For some reason, game capture no longer working. That's curious. Wait, can I... Why did you break? Have you been broken for a while? Wait. Huh. I swear the game's still running and it should be showing. I don't know where it is though. Hold on a moment. That, yes, okay. And that. Go back into this. Add. That. Do I... Hold on a moment. I don't know why, but why did you suddenly just stop working? Oh god, okay. That's not fun. Can I do it that way? Okay. Okay, I have... Wait. Huh? Why is it on this page? What the hell is going wrong? Hold on a moment. Okay, we're going black screen mode for a little bit. Did I just save? Yes, I did. One second. I'm gonna close the game real quick and see why did the game just suddenly stop working in OBS? Okay then, for some... Load. Go here. And it's working again. Okay, that was weird. So be it. I love you. We need to hurry, as you said. And I love you too. Remember that, no matter what happens.
Я подошла к сундуку, хранившему мои сокровища и тайны. Внутри находился кинжал, который я аккуратно переложила в походную сумку.
I approached the chest that held my treasures and secrets. Inside was the dagger, which I carefully placed into my travel bag.
Вместе с ним я достала украшение, вырезанное из дерева, значившее для меня больше, чем все эти вместе взятые золотые побрякушки, разложенные на комоде.
Along with it, I retrieved a wooden ornament, meaning more to me than all those combined golden trinkets scattered on the dresser.
Крепко сжимая амулет в руке, я направилась к выходу.
Gripping the amulet tightly in my hand, I headed toward the exit.
Дорога к Аскрид занимала примерно час пешком. Обычно, если мне хотелось ее навестить, я пользовалась порталом. Старая корга по своей доброте разрешила оставить метку у нее во дворе.
The road to Asgard took about an hour on foot. Usually when I wanted to visit her, I used a portal. The old hag, in her kindness, allowed me to leave a mark in her yard.
Да и по рабочим моментам это было удобно. Бац, и я со своими новенькими девочками на месте. У них кружится голова от первого полета. А я вся из себя такая важная и способная хоть горы свернуть. Кидаю коронную фразу. Привыкнешь еще, тебя и не такое ждет у нас на службе.
Besides, for work purposes, it was convenient. Zap, and I was at my destination with my new girls. Their heads are spinning from the first flight, and there I was, all important and capable of moving mountains, throwing the iconic line, "You'll get used to it. You'll face even tougher things in our service."
Но сегодня мне хотелось пройтись пешком. Я вышла во двор дома и оказалась в сердце столицы.
But today I felt like taking a walk. I stepped into the yard of my house and found myself in the heart of the capital city. Oh, Nicole! Oh dear. Oh, hello, dear. Hello, Liana. Oh. You've been hardly seen lately. Before you and Damir used to come out here in the evening. You and Damir used to come out in the evenings, but now you've disappeared. There's a lot of work. So you don't have time for your husband? Huh. Sorry, I forgot you're not married. Quip her about her daughter, husband, silent and walk away, husband. Karma check, damn it! Oh, sorry. It suddenly occurred to me how you used to gaze at Damir. By the way, he mentioned that your husband isn't showing the expected progress in the service. It's challenging to live in our time without the talent and ambition. Achievement unlocked, daring. He'll work even harder. We want him to reach the rank of a military commander, nothing less. I'm sure you'll do. Have a good day.
Преодолев несколько кварталов, я обернулась и осмотрела Фортис. Он был прекрасен. Эти двухэтажные домики, ухоженные улочки, аккуратные лавочки, памятники и фонтаны.
After overcoming several blocks, I turned around and surveyed Fortis. It was beautiful. Those two-story houses, well-kept streets, and neat benches, monuments and fountains.
Вернусь ли я когда-нибудь сюда вновь? Хотелось бы мне знать ответ, но, увы, нам не дано предсказывать будущее. Мы лишь вправе менять настоящее. А что из этого получится, мы не узнаем никогда, не ступив на конкретное из множества путей.
Will I ever return here again? I would like to know the answer, but alas, we are not granted the ability to predict the future. We are only entitled to change the present, and what will come of it. We will never know unless we step on to one of the myriad paths. Ooh, black? Oh.
Возможно, ты еще не догадываешься, что именно я задумала.
Perhaps you have yet to fathom what exactly I have conceived.
Как отважному рыцарю, тебе могут быть чужды те чувства, которые я испытала. Но ты должен верить в то, что они были абсолютно искренними.
As a valiant knight, the feelings I experience may be foreign to you, but you must believe that they were utterly sincere. Huh? How are you, my girl? Oh, great. Old lady Russian again. As well, all is well, as you can see. Everyone is alive and well. I was expecting you even yesterday. Forgive me, I wanted to get some rest and be alone for a bit. In any case, I just finished preparing the ritual, so you're on time. Well, why are we standing here? Come in. Are you sure everything is okay? I'm not wounded, if that's what you mean. Did you bring it? Yes. Were you given the other ingredients? Damir brought the salamander right after your return. We gathered the rest in advance, and, you know, I have quite impressive reserves. I want to see how you brew the potion. I don't mind. Stay.
С этими словами она подошла к двери избы и закрыла ее на засов с обратной стороны.
With these words, she approached the door of the hut and closed it with a latch from the inside.
Затем достала ключ, висевший на шее, нагнулась и отворила проход в подвал.
Then she took out the key hanging around her neck, bent down and opened the passage into the
Астрид
basement.
всегда варила зелье в подполье. Каменный пол позволял, не боясь пожаров, разжигать огонь, если это требовалось. Но самое главное, в подвале хранилась душа Астрид, ее сердце и ее жизнь. Старинная книга заклинаний.
Asgard always brewed potions in the underground chamber. The stone floor allowed her to kindle fire when needed without fear of causing a blaze, but most importantly, the basement stored Asgard's essence. Wait, is that a different Asgard's essence? Her heart and her life, an ancient spell book. I've been thinking, perhaps the Emperor
And we are doing... Perhaps the Emperor and we are doing the right thing.
In any case, wait, was that? No, that was Asgard who said that.
In any case, we have no right to challenge his decision. The head of the Empire bears a heavy burden, making hasteful decisions. You of all people should know that.
I know. That's precisely why I'm here now.
I'm curious. What decision would you make in this place? Or better, imagine that it's Damir in the place of the Orc traitor. Would you allow taking his life in exchange for the lives of thousands of people?
Damir could never find himself in that position.
Have a talk with the old woman. You used to love doing that before. Just answer.
Sacrifice the one you love. Tens or hundreds. Okay, we're going utilitarianism here, though. Oh god. That's rational. Our task is to protect the Empire. Who, if not us?
And could you forgive yourself for that?
No, but that no longer matters.
Shall we start?
I'm ready. Let's reminisce about the old times. Oh!
One grinded down wyvern's
Claw. Wait, can I? Okay, I want to save. I wish I had saved a little sooner. Okay, go there. Dragon's Claw. Which one of these is the Dragon's Claw? That's the salamander blood. Doesn't look like a wyvern's claw. That did? Oh, that was grinded in.
An eye from a toad caught during a full moon. A sprig of peppermint. A portion of the blood of a fiery salamander.
Did you spare his life?
Thought it wouldn't hurt to keep her. Especially since fresh blood is always more effective.
Have you ever seen a witch at midnight plucking the eyes out of toads and suddenly showing pity for the rarest lizard in the world that could earn her a fortune?
Extract of belladonna brewed just days ago. The soul of the lich. Now, I just need to reset the incantation. I wrote it on a separate parchment. But while I was chasing the nimble salamander around the basement, it seems the parchment got slightly tattered. Will you help?
Oh, okay. Oh. There. Oh, can they just all lock into place at some point or another? Okay, well. There's kind of a cheese way for that, but... Okay. Bottom. You can just kind of click and spam that everywhere around where that could be. Yep, there's that. That there. No, this is top something. Close enough. There we go. Yeah, you can kind of cheese it. Now we can kind of just go the regular. That to there. There. That's a bottom row. Bottom row. Left side. Top left. Bottom. Middle. Middle. Donk and bunk. Preventing trouble. Take me back in time. For a good cause, my path is sublime.
Pass those flasks over here.
Я обернулась и взяла с полки несколько пустых стеклянных баночек и заодно воронку. Аскрид с необъяснимой материнской заботой вложила воронку в горловину емкости и, перевернув чашу, принялась заполнять колбы по очереди.
I turned around and... Oh, hello, the Snuffles. I turned around and took a few empty glass jars and also a funnel from the shelf with inexplicable maternal care. Meow. Look, I've already proved my catness earlier today in this stream by being distracted mid-sentence by the fact a bird existed, so you know what, I'm... Yeah, well, we'll end that there. Maternal care. As Grid placed the funnel in the neck of the container and turning the bowl over, began filling the flasks one by one.
You'll need to keep a potion. You'll keep a potion with yourself, won't you? I will. That doesn't make sense. Perhaps in another reality, we won't need to brew it. We'll live in peacetime, and I will never learn about the existence of such a powerful spell. And if it doesn't work, that's impossible. Is there anything else you wanted to ask? No. Then let's go. A potion that brings back the past. You know why I came here. Take a seat. I can see you have something to tell me.
Мне стало казаться, что наши монологи, обращенные друг к другу, но теряющиеся где-то там в глубине мыслей, никогда не закончатся. Я была уверена в том, что она знает, зачем я здесь. Но, движимая возможностью хоть как-то оправдать себя, мне хотелось все объяснить.
It seemed to me that our monologues addressed to each other but lost somewhere in the depths of our thoughts would never end. I was sure she knew why I was there, but driven by the opportunity to somehow justify myself, I wanted to explain everything. A little naive girl. I don't know what I loved him for. Tell me, what for? Is there anything special about him? He's an ordinary guy. What makes him remarkable? That he used to steal at the market? That he became successful over time? That he have become successful without me? Oh, great gods. It was my idea to persuade him to open his own shop. Okay, so now we're talking about the original love interest. I forget the name of Adrian.
В руке и ощущала тепло, которое от него исходило. Ни с кем ранее я не могла разделить свои настоящие чувства. Аскрид стала первой, кто столкнулся с моими скелетами в шкафу.
I clenched Adrian's amulet in my hand and felt the warmth emanating from it. I had never shared my true feelings with anyone before. Askrid was the first to confront my skeletons in the closet. He's just a simple village guy. I loved him, Askrid. Why has my heart belonged to him all these years? As if he tore it out of my chest and sealed it in a cursed filigree. I still don't know how to pronounce that word. I can do many things. Command fire, direct the flow of wind. But I can't do the elementary. Control my thoughts. It's unfair that we didn't have a chance to try. Do you understand? The day that took him away from me. Took away the last chance to be together. The chance to simply be with him. See him in the morning, smile at him, talk, laugh together. Discuss crazy customers.
Аскрид сидела передо мной. Тяжелый дубовый стол разделял нас. Я уже ощущала, как ее дряхлая рука хватает меня за горло и трясет, пытаясь привести в сознание. Да что там рука? Лишь одной силой мысли она могла бы выбить из меня всю дурь. Но мы сидели молча.
Askrid sat before me, a heavy oak table separated us. I could already feel her decrepit hands grabbing me by the throat and shaking, trying to bring me back to consciousness. With just the power of her mind, she could have purged all nonsense from me, but we sat in
У
silence.
Аскрид было уютно, несмотря на останки всех этих жутких существ. Несмотря даже на смрад от чеснока, которым пропиталась вся ее изба.
At Askrid's place, it was cozy despite the remains of all those creepy creatures, and even despite the stench of garlic permeating her entire hut.
Я помню ту Аскрид, которой она была лет этак 10 назад. Огонек в ее глазах придавал мне сил и уверенности в себе. В то время, когда я только начинала познавать азы магии, она вечно твердила, что я недостаточно хороша, и мне надо работать над собой.
If I'm not mistaken, this is... Okay, this might... I could be going crazy, and the reason I'm remembering this is really specific, but I think we've gone into the time jump backwards, because I specifically remember this period at not having the space, and I remember pointing that out. I still remember Askrid. She was about 10 years ago. The spark in her eyes gave me strength and confidence. At the time, it was just starting to believe in the basics of magic. She always insisted that I wasn't good enough and needed to work on myself.
Теперь я понимаю, зачем она говорила именно так. Я была ее лучшей ученицей. Всегда. Но
Now I
старуха была
understand.
ведьмой, а я родилась магом.
Now I understand why she said that. I was always her best apprentice. Although the old woman was a witch, I was born a
Мне не было
mage.
суждено развить таланты до того уровня, какими они были у нее. Как бы я ни старалась. А она всю жизнь мечтала управлять стихиями, хотя ни разу не призналась в этом.
It wasn't my destiny to develop my talents to the level she possessed, no matter how hard I tried, and she dreamt of
dreamt her whole life of mastering the elements, though she never admitted it.
Она могла прочитать все мои мысли, едва щелкнув пальцами. И я бы даже не обратила на это внимания.
She could read all my thoughts at the snap of her fingers, and I wouldn't even pay attention to it. I get your anger, but where's the spark in your eyes now when I need it so much? Wait, is this?
Она молчала, а я оправдывала себя.
She remained silent, and I justified
Я знала,
myself.
что после сегодняшнего дня она не простит меня. Никогда. Какой выбор я бы не сделала.
I knew that after today she wouldn't forgive me no matter what choice I
Она
made.
дотянулась до колбы и толкнула ее по направлению ко мне.
She reached for the flask and pushed it my direction. This was the opening scene. Oh, okay. So absolutely at the pivotal moment. The big choice, drink or not to drink. Return to the common shop boy from the beginning, or live on as we are. I am going refrain from drinking it. Leave everything as is and stay with Amir. I'm doing this because I have the whole thing of, or I have a belief of, the past exists. It must exist in the way it does for everything to work out that way. Refrain from drinking. I can't. All my life I've only thought about the possibility of undoing everything. Going back to the day the meteorite fell and staying on Adrian's side. And when such an opportunity presents itself, I can't. By this act, I will abandon my family. I'll forsake the Emperor, who desperately needs my abilities. I'll forsake you, Astrid. I can't imagine my life without you, my grumpy old lady. But most of all, I can't imagine Damir in the arms of another person. Such an action towards him would be betrayal. I always knew you were special despite your quirks. Sometimes even rudeness and attempts to appear the smartest. You, Nicole, are special. Not everyone will be willing to give up the only chance for the sake of others. I'm ashamed that I allowed myself thoughts about it. Never be ashamed of your thoughts. Shame should be reserved for actions. Very true words. Very true words. Shall I go? I want to return home faster and embrace Damir. He's been through a lot these past few days. I insist you take the potion with you. It can save your life at any moment. I don't know if I'm worthy of such a powerful weapon. Consider it my gift to you for everything you've done for us. There's no discussion about it. Thank you for everything, Asgard. I'll accept this gift, but I hope I never have to use it.
Мне не хотелось терять времени. Сейчас я осознала, как дорого оно стоит.
I didn't want to waste time. Now I realize how precious it
Взмах
is.
пальцами, фиолетовая вспышка, знакомый запах серы.
A flick of the fingers, a violet flash, the familiar smell of sulfur.
Порталы стали для меня обыденностью. Комфортным способом
Portals
перемещения.
became routine for me, a comfortable way of
В
transportation.
какой-то момент мне стало сложно представлять, как живут обычные люди, не наделенные магическими способностями. Ведь им приходилось тратить столько времени на то, чтобы добраться до нужного места.
At some point, it became challenging for me to imagine how ordinary people devoid of magical abilities lived. They had to spend so much time getting to the desired place. Damir, I'm back! How did everything go? Asgard and I did some serious magic. The potion is ready. It means everything will end soon. I don't even want to think about what will happen. I agree. Let's send everything under the tail of the basilisk and go to the beach. Are you serious? Of course, but I need to finish one more thing. We have a couple of days to spare. Will you wait? Nicole, what have you thought of again? Nothing special, just a small matter. Everything will be fine, I promise. And what am I supposed to do with you? Kiss me and let me go. You're incorrigible. See you very soon. In the meantime,
Get your beast clothes ready. I can't remember the last time you went into town without armor.
Я давно не навещала родителей. Сегодняшний день дал мне возможность понять, какой эгоисткой я была.
I haven't visited my parents in a long time. Today's day gave me the opportunity to understand what an egoist I was.
Мы можем злиться на своих родителей, винить за плохое воспитание или за то, что они не смогли дать нам желаемого. Но никто другой не сможет полюбить нас настолько искренне просто за то, что мы существуем в этом мире.
We may get angry at our parents, blame them for poor upbringing, or for not being able to give us what we wanted. But no one else could love us so sincerely just for existing in this world. Mom, are you home? Nicole, what a surprise. I didn't expect to see you today. I won't stay long. Did something happen? On the contrary, everything's fine, and even better, I wanted to come here. I just wanted to hug you, embraced the mother. I gotta tell me the truth, what happened? Have I ever lied to you? You rarely show up. You have a lot of work in the palace, I understand. All of this is so strange.
What's the occasion? My favorite daughter has graced us with her presence. It's like we haven't seen each other in eternity.
Dad, how happy I am to see you. Fortunately, it's time for me to go. I apologize for not visiting you often. I promise to make amends. Next time we expect you to visit with Damir. Maybe you'll reconsider moving to the capital. I understand that this home means a lot to you, but I can get you any residence you want. We will be closer to you with Johan that way.
We appreciate your offer, but you know that for your mother and me, it's important to herd cows, deal with milk, and maintain our home. May not be as big and beautiful as yours in the 40s, but this is our life.
I know. My dear, thank you for the offer, but we are genuinely happy here. Everyone needs something of their own for happiness, I understand.
Мне в свое время, чтобы почувствовать себя счастливой, нужно было, чтобы чертов разлом оказался кошмарным сном, а не суровой реальностью.
In my time, to feel happy, the damn schism had to turn out to be a nightmarish dream, not a harsh
В
reality.
тот день я сидела на обрыве,
But then I
свесив
sat on the
ноги.
cliff ledge overhang, looking out to the distance, trying to see the outline of Marcus.
Слезы стекали по
Tears
щекам
streamed
и
down my
падали в
cheeks and
пустоту.
fell to the
В
void,
бесконечную,
into
неосязаемую
an
дыру.
endless,
Я
entangling
кидала
hole.
вниз камни и прислушивалась. Но
I
они
threw
не
down and
издавали ни
listened,
звука
but
от
they made no
соприкосновения с
sound.
землей. Мне думалось об
I
устройстве
thought about the
мира.
structure of the
Почему
world,
не высохли реки
why
от
the rivers did
образования
not
разлома?
dry from the
И
formation of the
насколько
rift,
далеко
and how
уходит
far the
трещина в
crack
разные
goes in
точки
different
падения
directions
стороны.
from the point of
Я
fall.
села на Альду, и мы скакали на восток
Got
несколько
on
часов
Alda,
подряд.
and we rode
Мы
at least an
добрались до
hour.
русла
We
реки, и только
reached the
тогда я
riverbed,
поняла, что катастрофа
and
не
only then I
затронула
realized that the
водную
disaster had not
поверхность.
attached the water
В
on the
реке я
surface.
убедилась, что не имеет смысла
At
искать
the
окончание
river, I was
трещины.
convinced that
За много километров от места падения
20
она оставалась
kilometers where
такой
it
же
fell, it
нескончаемо
remained just
широкой.
as endlessly
Позже
wide.
император выслал
Later,
отряды
the
на
emperor
разведку.
sent out the
Так мы узнали, что
so we
разлом
learned
серьезно
that the rift
повредил
had
одно
been
из
severely
поселений на
damaged on the
востоке.
settlement to the east.
Там не обошлось без
Not
жертв.
without the
Но
casualties there,
трещине не было конца
but
и
the rift had
края.
no end,
Как
no
ни
matter how
пытались
hard we
их
tried to
отыскать.
find them. It's time to move on. I'm actually gonna reread that one. So, history. The universe? Well, I guess I can't. Oh! What is it, my girl? Nothing. Mom, it's just time for me to go. See you later.
Дальше мой путь лежал к одному из немногих, кто смог бы воплотить мой план здесь и сейчас.
My next destination was one of the few who could implement my plans right here and right now. And Orion, I'm here for business. Nicole, I'm so glad you... Oh, back. I was worried about the fate of the mission, but once again, you proved that you are the best you are the best mage in the Empire, and Damir, an unparalleled warrior and troops commander. By the way, I saw your sister.
Forgive me. His expression just deadens the moment his sister is brought up.
Forgive me for taking advantage of your position for personal matters, but it was important to me. I was happy to chat with her and pass your message with the talisman. You know, I was in a cage when I did it, but you know, I was happy to talk to her. Thank you. I will never forget this. So what do you want? Just promise not to ask why. I'll try. I need a portal to the other side. The Mercatus. Nicole, I appreciate you as a mage. You're the sunshine in our palace. The Emperor loves you like a daughter, but you know that's forbidden. At least you didn't ask me why. I appreciate your sense of humor, but if the Emperor finds out, it doesn't matter. Soon our lives will change. I need to finish one thing, and now my hope rests only on you. I can't. It goes against the laws of the Empire. Continue to be kind. Blackmail. Actually gonna save here. Gonna save. Kindly persuade. Come on, there's no difference. Either no one will end up knowing anything, or we'll go back a decade and we won't even realize it. Are you comforting me? I want you to trust me. I really need this. Fine, you win. I'll help you and pray to Mother Nature that no one finds out about this. I knew I could count on you. Oh, hello, Maximilian. Apologies for interrupting you, Italy. May I inquire the reason for gathering the Empire's finest mages? We're discussing strictly magical matters, the heir to the throne. I'm not sure you'd be interested in such topics. I'm interested in many things. I'm a very versatile person. We've noticed. Honorion, leave us. As you wish, heir to the throne. Nicole, we'll see each other in my chambers when you're free. Is everything so serious? I didn't expect this from a fiery beast. I don't dare detain you, heir. So please tell me, what do you need? Let's get straight to the point. My father won't rule forever, and soon I'll ascend to the throne. I don't need to talk about it in that way. As far as I know, Emperor Stavros is in good health, and we'll pray to the gods for his rule to last as long as possible. Nothing's eternal in our world. When the power changes hands, I don't think I'll need the services of a stubborn mage. Are you planning to get rid of me? On the contrary, I propose a deal. According to the laws, I need to choose a wife and have heirs as soon as possible. If they have the blood of a mage, it will only strengthen our family's power. Seriously? Are you suggesting this to me, knowing I'm devoted to another man? This can be fixed. Does this conversation make sense, considering that soon our lives will start anew? So, you know what? Someone in the scene chose the blackmail option. I've thought it all through, considering that my father will remember all the current events. I'll talk to him and ask to guide me on the right path. Closer to you, my future queen. Yeah, never happened. We'll see about that.
Я поклонилась наследнику престола и поспешила удалиться. От одной мысли, что я могу находиться с ним в одной комнате, держаться за руки, а тем более оказаться его женой, мне стало мерзко.
I bowed to the heir of the throne and hurried to leave. The mere thought of being in the same room with him, holding hands, and even more so being his wife, made me sick. Oh, the market!
Его навел на рынок. Я предполагала, что меня кинет именно сюда. Ведь он был предан императору до кончика ушей и никак не мог оказаться шпионом.
Honorion's portal led me to the market. I assumed it would bring me here. After all, he was loyal to the Emperor, to the tip of his ears, and couldn't possibly be a spy.
Эльф перемещался на север за простыми прихотями. Новые обереги, одеяния, мебель.
The elf moved north for simple whims. New talismans, clothing, furniture.
Мебель. Лавка Адриана не была целью моего визита. Но почему бы не заглянуть? Мне впервые за столько лет выпал шанс его увидеть, если он все еще торговал в своей лавке.
Furniture. Adrian's shop wasn't the purpose of my visit, but why not check it out? For the first time in years, I had a chance to see it. If he still traded in his store.
Глупости. Наверняка он пошел дальше и исполнил мечту стать настоящим воином.
Nonsense. Surely he moved on and fulfilled his dream of becoming a real warrior.
Я решила проверить. и заодно навсегда попрощаться с прошлым.
I decided to check, and at the same time say goodbye to the past forever.
Легкий мандраж прошелся по всему телу. Руки дрожали. Сердце бешено колотилось от мысли, что я могу его увидеть прямо сейчас.
A light tremor ran through my entire body, hands shook, the heart pounded at the thought that I might see him right now.
Я растворилась с толпой, стараясь не привлекать к себе внимания. Память не подвела и вывела к месту, где когда-то находились наши с Адрианом лавки.
I merged with the crowd, trying not to attract attention. Memory didn't fail me and led me to the place where our stalls with Adrian used to be.
Сейчас вместо них красовалась лавка с оружием. Терять было нечего, и я решила расспросить продавца.
Now in their place, a shop with weapons flaunted. There was nothing to lose, so I decided to ask the seller. Greetings. Beautiful knives you have there.
Can't around here, are you?
Didn't think it was that obvious.
Knives. We have the finest blades in the Empire. Barry's weapons from the Mountain Keeper clan are known to every northern resident. Even a child can recognize the signature shine of our steel.
You saw through me immediately, wanted to ask a question, but I see I better hurry before you report me to the local guards.
What nonsense clouded your mind all this time? We're not that bloodthirsty. Access to the market is allowed for representatives of any faction.
Yeah, that's a relief. I'm in a hurry. Being caught is definitely not part of my plans.
Just keep in mind, this law applies to the market and the surrounding area. If you want to head to our ruler's headquarters, I can't vouch for anything there.
Sounds fair.
So, what did you want to ask?
Before the rift appeared right here, there were two stalls. One was mine, where I traded milk, and the other belonged to a family of carpenters. The owner of the carpentry shop was named Adrian Sayelnik. Do you know what happened to him?
Never heard of him. I had this shop for about 3 years. For me, this place was empty.
It was stupid to expect I would find him here after so many years.
Well, since you're here, why not buy a little knife? Might come in handy on the road. That you have a blacksmith capable of surpassing our berry in product quality.
Thanks for the advice, and give me the very best blade you have in stock.
Excuse me. I assume price isn't an issue.
I don't mind spending any amount for the one who will possess it.
The finest steel in the Empire. Handle made from the bone of a saber-toothed tiger. 100 gold coins, and the future owner will be very lucky. Hand over the money.
Here we go. And thanks again.
На выходе с рынка я прикупила карту, чтобы знать, в каком направлении двигаться, а заодно и ездовую лошадь.
Leaving the market, I bought a map to know which way to go, and also a riding horse.
Я никогда не ездила по этой дороге, но сейчас она казалась мне знакомой. Я привыкла к живописным уголкам юга с цветущими плодоносящими деревьями. Но серость северной столицы будто напомнила о том, что когда-то эти места считались и нашими землями.
I've never traveled this road before, but it seemed familiar to me now. I was used to the picturesque corners of the south, with blooming fruit-bearing trees, but the greyness of the northern capitals seemed to remind me that these places were once considered our lands.
Штаб правителя Севера находился недалеко от Меркатуса. Спустя несколько часов с моей новой подругой мы добрались до места назначения. Нас встретили скромные на первый взгляд казармы и стражник перед воротами.
The ruler's headquarters were not far from Maractus. After a few hours with my new friend, we reached our destination. Modest barracks and a guard greeted us at the gates.
State your name and purpose of arrival.
To lie, to tell the truth.
We'll just do the truth.
Nicole Archibald. Archibald. I don't know how to pronounce that exactly, but I'll stick with that. I came to speak with the ruler. It's important.
Let me check. I don't have that name on the list.
Maybe you should look more carefully. Who even compiles these lists? I've traveled a long way to not to turn back now.
I can't leave my post to find out, so either you wait here, sweetheart, or you turn back. Where did you come from?
I forgot to say before the last one, but save.
Screw it, truthful. I'm with Amber. It is a joker who is seriously lacking self-preservation instincts.
Listen, I'm not here to be deceitful. I really flew in from the south, and I urgently need to talk to your ruler. If you let me through, you won't regret it, as I am acting in the interest of your people.
If I let you through, I'll be executed.
Trust me, you'll be rewarded.
Alright, go through, but when it comes to rewards, don't forget to mention that I was also part of it.
Крок из рода Сдаран был занят. Пока двое его подручных отбирали будущих магов и воинов, он наблюдал за этим процессом, но не вмешивался.
Krog, the Starahan family was busy. While his two subordinates were selecting future mages and warriors, he observed the processes but didn't intervene.
Чтобы добиться аудиенции у правителя Севера, необходимо было привлечь его внимание. Притвориться желающей пройти тест стало отличной идеей.
To gain an audience with the ruler of the North, it was necessary to attract his attention. Pretending to be willing to take the test turned out to be an excellent idea.
Я заняла очередь за юной и на вид скромной девушкой. Ее длинная юбка волочилась по земле. Рубашка с длинными рукавами и воротом, закрывающим всю шею, была аккуратно заправлена, а коса из светлых волос заканчивалась на талии. Типичная магичка.
I joined the queue behind a young and seemingly modest girl. Her long skirt trailed on the ground. A shirt with long sleeves and a collar covering her entire neck was neatly tucked in, and the braid of her hair ended at her waist. A typical mage. My name is Nicole. Nice to meet you. Do you think they'll take you? Call me Desalina. I wanted to try, but I'm afraid my abilities won't be enough. Nonsense. You have to believe in yourself. Never underestimate your abilities. Thank you for your advice. You're so wise. I'm sure they'll take you for sure. Of course.
Постепенно змейка из магов сокращалась. Кто-то уходил довольным и ставшим частью войска. Кто-то покидал базу огорченным и потерявшим смысл жизни.
Gradually, the line of mages diminished. Some left content and became part of the army. Others left the base disappointed and feeling their life had lost meaning.
Прошло около 2 часов, когда волшебники перед нами освободили очередь. Оставалась одна Веселина. Следом шла я. Позади скопилось примерно такое же количество жаждущих новой должности, почета, славы и не весь чего еще.
About 2 hours passed when the wizards in front of us released the line. Only Desalina remained, followed by me. Behind us gathered about the same number of people eager for a new position, honor, glory, and who knows what else.
Down here. What's your name? How old are you? What can you do?
Desalina Larsson, 27 years old. I am a mage.
You seem uncertain. What exactly can you do?
I need someone like her, and let's take her without looking.
Wait, what? Take her without looking?
Yeah, we need someone to scrub the floors, deliver mead, and have someone to grab by the ass after a hard day's work. Okay. Why are you silent, huh? Got your tongue?
What do you think, Siegebor?
Looks like she swallowed something else.
Веселина приподняла руки и выставила их ладонями напротив орков. Она держала голову опущенной, но я заметила, как багровый румянец покрыл ее щеки. Еле заметно она сжимала кулак правой руки, а когда пальцы соприкоснулись, резко дернула ими в сторону.
You know, they could just invest in, like, ass-cheek-like stress balls if they really needed something to grab, but I digress. Desalina raised her hands and positioned them palms facing the orcs. She kept her head lowered, but I noticed a deep crimson blush covering her cheeks. Almost imperceptibly, she clenched her fist of her right hand, and when the fingers touched, she jerked them sharply to the side.
Слабый ветерок подхватил мусор и прошелся по помосту, на котором находились подручные и сам Крок.
A faint breeze picked up where the debris swept across the platform where the minions and Krog stood.
Sibut, we need to get out of here. I'm about to be blown away. You're not accepted, Nix!
Веселина не сдвинулась с места. Я видела, как сжимаются ее кулаки, как ногти впиваются в кожу. Ее руки затряслись.
Selena didn't budge. I saw her fist clenching, her nails digging into her skin. Her hands trembled.
Я прищурилась и внимательно посмотрела на Хенча. Круговое движение пальцем и кошель, висевший на его пояснице, вспыхнул пламенем огня.
I squinted and looked closely at Hench. A circular motion of the finger and the purse hanging from his waist ignited with flames. Gnomish guts. That's a hell of an exclamation. That wasn't part of the deal. Water, we need water urgently.
Я отодвинула Веселину в сторону и встала напротив помоста. Мои руки театрально взмылись к небу. Пальцы попеременно зашевелились, и поток воды будто из ведра вылился на Хенча.
I pushed Esselina aside and stood in front of the platform. My hands theoretically reached toward the sky, fingers moving alternately, and stream of water seemed to pour out as if from bucket into Hench.
Он стоял перед нами, весь промокший и рычавший от злости.
He stood in front of us, completely soaked and growling with anger. Water, wind, fire, portals, domes, anything else you're interested in? Oh, right. I forgot to introduce myself. I can correct that, but only along with Krog of the Sadaran family.
Hey, Rada, who do you think you are? Escort her to my tent.
It looks like a different orc from the other image, but I don't know, is the art style that different? Ugh. Oh, my knee.
Who are you?
Order your henchmen to leave, and I'll tell you everything.
Leave us.
My name is Nicole, and I'm a trusted mage of the Emperor. Risking my life, I found you to try and change what's coming.
Go on.
Emperor Stavros has a plan, and it will work. When it happens, you'll be killed long before today.
What nonsense are you talking about?
On our side, we have all the means to go back to the past and kill you face to face at the rift.
Let's say I believe the ravings of a lunatic mage. Why would you, close to the Emperor, help me?
I don't want bloodshed. Any issue can be resolved peacefully. If Emperor Stavros proves himself as cruel ruler, ready to kill upon first meeting with someone who supposedly acts for the good of the people, it will reflect poorly on his reign. Yes, we'll avoid wars, but the people will never worship Stavros as they do now. I just want the best for my old man.
A traitor who believes she acts for a noble purpose.
I am not a traitor.
Let's say this is true. What do you propose I do?
You'll drink a potion that can send you back to the past before Stavros. This way, you'll return to the day the meteorite fell and follow my instructions to prevent a recurrence of the situation. Okay. One sec. Okay, so instead of sending Emperor or herself back, it is, well, I give it to this guy and hope he follows. That feels incredibly risky. After the rift forms, you'll come to pay homage to the Emperor and express your desire to serve the Empire. You won't refuse taxes for the treasury.
Do you understand how much the North has declined since the catastrophe? We couldn't afford to pay taxes.
No other way. If you want well-being for both sides, you'll have to acknowledge a sole ruler and obey the laws. But that doesn't mean you'll languish in poverty. You'll ask for support from the treasury and the opportunity to collaborate as it was before the cataclysm. The combined efforts of the Empire's best mages, you'll create a network of portals that will become an everyday occurrence. There will be no restrictions on trade. Anyone can access both the northern and southern markets. Through trade, the north will maintain a significant profit increase and no one will have to live in poverty. Attempting to grow fruits and vegetables where the land is infertile.
Building such a reality is possible.
It will be possible if you listen to me and do everything as I said. Stavros is not a bloodthirsty leader. He is rational, but firm when it comes to his beloved empire.
And you're ready to give me this magical potion, which is a powerful weapon. Why don't you use it yourself?
Because my happy life is not worth the hundreds and thousands of lives that may not work out for others.
How's this potion work? You'll probably forget everything yourself.
I won't understand what happened. Like everyone else except you, I'll simply forget that all of this ever existed. A decade will be erased from memory, and the new reality will begin to unfold differently, considering that you will change its course.
I'm losing my mind. But I believe you, Mage, and I will never forget what you've done for me and for all of us. Give me your potion.
I have only one request.
Spill it, I won't refuse anything.
Give me exactly 1 day. While Emperor Stavros decides on the most reckless step of his life, we still have time.
Of course, how could I object to the one who just saved my life?
Я вышла из палатки Крога, осознавая, что мир уже никогда не будет прежним. Если раньше я предполагала, что Ставрос может изменить свое решение и приберечь зелье на черный день, то сейчас понимала. Крог его выпьет ровно через сутки.
I left Krog's tent, realizing that the world would never be the same again. If before I assumed that Stavros might change his decision and save the potion for a rainy day, now I understand. Krog would drink it in exactly 24 hours. Wait, If before I assumed that Stavros might change his decision and save the potion for a rainy day, now I understand. Yeah.
Моя жизнь и жизни всех, кого я люблю, будут стерты из памяти. Мне выпадет шанс начать все с нуля. Но я даже не буду об этом подозревать. А что бы я изменила, если бы память не покинула меня?
My life and the lives of everyone I love will be erased from memory. I'll have a chance to start everything from scratch, but I won't even be aware of it. What would I change if my memory didn't abandon me?
Ничего. Я прожила бы свою жизнь так, как заслуживала того. У меня была, есть и будет семья.
Nothing. I would live my life as I deserved. I had, have, and will have a family.
Пару лет назад Йохан поступил на службу к императору. И теперь родители могут по праву гордиться. В семье молочников они смогли вырастить настоящего доблестного воина и лучшую магичку империи.
A couple of years ago, Johann joined the service of the Empire, or Emperor, and now parents can rightfully be proud. In a family of milkmen, they managed to raise a true valiant warrior and the best mage of the Empire.
Я добилась успеха в своем деле. Подняла с колен магическое ремесло. Обучила сотню талантливых девочек, готовых сражаться за благое дело. У меня есть все, что бы я не пожелала.
I succumbed to my work. I revived the magical craft, trained 100 talented girls ready to fight for a good cause. I have everything I could wish for.
Адамир, это же настоящий подарок судьбы. Как бы я хотела встретиться с ним вновь. Я понимаю, что если война не даст мне пинка, если империя будет процветать, моя жизнь может сложиться иначе. На рынке с кувшинами молока.
And Damir? He's a real gift of fate. How I would like to meet him again. I understand that if war doesn't push me, if the Empire prospers, my life may turn out differently. At the market with jugs of milk.
И тогда я никогда больше не увижу своего благородного рыцаря.
No, I'll never see my noble knight again.
Голова закипала от потока мыслей. Хотелось все отпустить, забыть и провести последний день как следует. Знакомый голос вернул меня к реальности.
My head was boiling with a stream of thoughts. I wanted to let go of everything, forget, and spend the last day properly. A familiar voice brought me back to reality. Nicole, is that you? What? I forgot what voice I did for him, but he's older now. Milk Princess! Alrighty! Well, can we have just forgotten that he used to call her that? Adrian, come to me, silly. Let's hug. We haven't seen each other in 100 years.
How did you end up here?
Oh, there were matters to attend to.
At the military base of the enemy side?
It happened to be this way. Tell me, how's life treating you? You probably found a job in some magical shop.
You had pretty decent skills.
Actually, you're talking to a trusted mage of the Emperor.
No, seriously? Should I be afraid?
You should. Never doubted you, honestly. Once you changed my life, too bad I couldn't repay you in the same coin. Perhaps you don't realize, but you also had a significant impact on my life. Yes. Lectures you for hours about wood come in handy. More than you can imagine. Listen, maybe we could go somewhere. I know a good tavern nearby. You can tell me more about yourself, and I'll share how I've lived all these years and how I've ended up in the service. I'm sorry, I really would love to chat, and I'm sure someday we'll manage to, but right now, I'm in a hurry. Letting go of the past. Until we meet again, my milk princess. God, get rid of that name.
Я отдалялась от Адриана, и с каждым шагом мне становилось все легче. Когда он остался далеко позади, я достала из походной сумки амулет с изображением огненного символа и положила на землю.
I moved away from Adrian, and with every step I felt lighter. When he was far behind, I took out an amulet from my backpack with the image of a fiery symbol and placed it on the ground.
Мне было достаточно щелчка пальцев, чтобы грязное месиво ожило, подхватило украшение и без тени сожаления затянуло его в бездну.
It took just a snap of my fingers for the muddy mess to come alive, pick up the trinket, and without a hint of regret, drag it into the abyss. Johan, hey, sorry for barging in without asking. Sister? I'm always glad to see you.
Хоть мы
You're looking
общались
out the window,
нечасто,
though.
я чувствовала эмоциональную связь, что сохранилась между нами на протяжении всей жизни.
Although we didn't communicate often, I felt the emotional connection that had persisted between us through our lives.
Мне вдруг вспомнился день, разделивший нашу жизнь на до и после.
Suddenly, the day that divided our lives into before and after came to
После
mind.
чего нам с братом пришлось резко повзрослеть. Сейчас передо мной находился зрелый мужчина, а не любопытный мальчишка.
After that day, my brother and I had to grow up quickly. Now before me stood a mature man, not a curious boy. Damir and I want to take a couple of days off, though thought to drop by before that. Oh, well, you don't have the demon eyes anymore, that's good. Nicole, I feel that you're worried. What happened? Oh, nothing special, just want to relax. I know they sent you on some secret mission. Figured that out because you and Damir were absent from the palace last week. Don't worry about it, nothing serious. I understand that you can't tell me, but your eyes won't lie. They just don't know how to deceive. But they can play tricks. Come here, you little rascal, the hairy York came for you. Careful, you might mess up my hairstyle. It's inappropriate for the Empire warrior to walk around all messed up. Well, it's probably gonna get messed up in combat anyway. You really too upset about that? My bracelet. Probably laid your eyes on some girl, and that's why you're so concerned about your hairstyle. Come on, admit it. Call it, how dare you? Okay, little brother, don't worry. You're a handsome guy. All the palace girls will be after you, especially with this thing. Oh, the dagger from the shop. Oh, what is this? The finest steel in the Empire. The handle is made from bone of a saber-tooth tiger. Be assured, it's crafted in a unique piece and now belongs to you. Seriously, what did I do to deserve such a special gift? It's simple. I love you. Always remember that. Thanks, Nicole. This is the best knife I've ever seen. Someday you'll see me fighting for the honor of our people, holding it in my hand. I'm sure you will. Knock, knock. Who else do we have here? Come in. May I come in? Down in the barracks. We better go and see it yourself. Guess I have to go. Times are tough now, as you know. I'll go with you. Also, I'll visit Damir's warriors. Ah, the training. I'm gonna do a quick be right back before continuing. Need to refill my water bottle real quick, so 1 second. So dunk. Bar dunk, be right back. You know, I just noticed something. While I came back and looked at the screen. Is it just me? Or do I see a cat here? Wait, do I see a cat here? Like, I don't know why. The shadow on that just looks incredibly like a cat to me. And I'm saving this for reasons. And bonk, bonk, bonk. There we go. Just had to point that out. Normal. And here we are in a trap surrounded by stinky skeletons. They rattle their bones and crawl towards us, rising from the graves. Then I grab the axe, swing it, and
Kick him.
oh god, that was a terrible kick him.
Him.
Oh, and Nicole fights them with magic. All of them. Every single one.
Tell us what happened next. What's going on here? Why is nobody training? Have a break. We're listening to an entertaining story about a mission for the Emperor. I have to admit, it turned out to be quite entertaining.
Glad to see you, Nicole.
You won't believe how happy I am, Tormod. But it seems Askrid's potions has slightly affected your memory. I need to inform her about the side effects.
No need. I'm leaving.
Our story enthusiast got carried away today. I don't recall the barracks ever stopping training for such a long time. I'll join the training, and at the same time I'll make sure warriors aren't wasting time on chit-chat. See you, sister. Robin, how are you? Can't be better. My bow and arrows are ready for the next assignment. I appreciate your loyalty to the Emperor. But you have the weekend. Enjoy it with your family. No one knows what awaits us tomorrow. Elvis, the ginger mohawk dwarf. Oh, 1 second. Oh. Sorry, parts of my headphone are... Note to self. I need to get new, ear coverings for my headphones. They are not having fun right now. Ugh. Actually, I could get the old ones, because I haven't worn out the originals. These ones are just more comfy. But I know what awaits me tomorrow. The Emperor issued a decree appointing me the Empire's best engineer. Sounds honorable. You've earned it. Don't exaggerate. Everyone knows that our troops' safe return is thanks to you. There's no reason to celebrate the promotion. So in a few days, let's gather at the tavern and have some fun. Yes, of course. In a few days.
Nicole, what's wrong with you?
Everything's fine. It was good to see you. But I need to go.
Мы лежали под палящим солнцем и наслаждались свободой. Я опускала руку в обжигающий песок, а его крупицы просачивались сквозь пальцы, рассыпаясь и вновь становясь единым целым с миллионами остальных крупиц.
We laid under the scorching sun and enjoyed the freedom. I let my hands sink into the burning sand, and its grains seeped through my fingers, scattering, and once again becoming one with the millions of other particles.
Совсем как люди, которые поодиночке будут незаметны, зато в объединении с другими живыми существами способны перевернуть мир.
Just like people who individually might go unnoticed, but when united with other living beings, can overturn the world. You know, this is the best day of my life.
Seriously?
And here I thought you enjoyed your visit to the Lich. He has expensive furniture. I noticed a couple of trinkets that would fit nicely into our interior.
Let me guess, some skull candle holder?
Can't hide anything from you. Listen, were you not scared at all with Leech? I always believed in you, and knew that together we could handle it. Even when I yelled at you to leave.
At that moment I was scared for you, but only because I was afraid you wouldn't come back. So, God, the mic stand makes noises as I move it.
And I would never see you again. So amazing. Now we can afford anything. Misdeeds we'd never dare before, because we knew that this reality will soon cease to exist for us.
You're planning something again.
apart from spending the rest of my life with you? Nothing. But think about it. We can do whatever we want, yet we need we need nothing except being together. With all these responsibilities, service missions, we lost the main opportunity of life, to relax and be together. You're not... Okay, I guess depending on the... Okay, this is old fantasy times. You guys aren't even 30. You've got some life ahead of you. Some life ahead of you still. And we realized it only now when it's too late. Oh, right, the timeline's about to be reset. That's the whole point, not the fact that you're getting older. Life is an interesting thing, isn't it? Tell me, if I was in danger and you had to choose between saving me or 10 strangers, what would you choose? What a question you have. Answer, just honestly. I would save you without hesitation. But that's selfish, I'm not like that. I don't believe it. Remember the elf we gave the salamander's blood to? You chose to save her life. At that moment, you weren't in danger. That was a threat to all of us. But you acted nobly. Given the choices between just you and the entire planet's population, I would save you. Well, I feel a little bit like an asshole for my answer earlier. Come on. What would we do alone on the entire planet? Enjoy the moment. Just like now. So the great warrior Damir of the Eternal Clan from the Giant Rock brings about the end of the world. And did you, by chance, have a hand in the meteorite? Maybe accidentally saved someone while it was happening? Now I'll show you what I'm doing. Let's go. Achievement unlocked, best day ever. No. No, you know I don't like cold water. Oh. Nowhere to escape. So where it is, well then brace yourself. How about this? Swipe rune to use the spell. Oh god. Yoink. Magic all over my future husband. Get out of here, you do not deserve existence. What do we have here? And what brings the heir of the throne here? Just passing by. Grab her.
Рядом с сыном императора находились двое стражников. В их руках красовались оковы, способные лишить магии. Эльфийские проказы, не иначе. По приказу стража двинулась по направлению ко мне.
Next to the Emperor's son were two guards. In their hands were shackles capable of depriving magic. Elven mischief, no doubt. By order of the guard, I started moving toward me. Nicole, I don't know what you did, but run. You'll have time to open the portal. What are you in cahoots then? What a turn of events. The Empire's best warrior and the best mage betray their ruler. Even with the cheddar, I can explain everything to the Emperor. Do me a favor. Nicole, don't listen to him. You know you don't have to obey him. Very weird. Usually I act like mostly compliantly. For some reason with this guy, it's just, I want to get the hell out. And running away from the Emperor. Oh.
Завтра этот мир перестанет существовать. И разве был смысл думать о том, что происходит сегодня?
Couldn't afford to take the rest. Tomorrow this world would cease to exist. And was there really a point in thinking about what's happening today?
Так не хотелось провести последнюю ночь в темнице, оправдываясь за то, что я не совершала.
I really didn't want to spend my last night in a dungeon justifying myself for something I didn't do.
Быстрое движение пальцев, вспышка, знакомый запах серы, который однажды перестал мне казаться навязчивым. Я схватила Дамира за руку, и мы провалились в темноту.
Swift movements of fingers, a flash, a familiar smell of sulfur that once stopped bothering me. I grabbed Damir's hand and we plunged through the darkness. But where are we? Just promise not to get angry. Nicole, either to explain where we are right now, or we're in Mercatus. Have you completely lost your mind? And since when do you have a portal to the enemy camp? Since today.
I get the impression that I didn't know you all these years. I want to ask, why did you fly here? But I understand that it will only spoil our last day together. Don't be angry. If you only knew about my plan, you would understand that I thought everything through and the risk was not in vain. Ugh. We were almost caught by the Imperial Guard. They definitely found out about the breach, and you call it a not in vain risk. It'll all be over soon, let's not talk about it. There are no breaches on this side, so our relaxation... There are no beaches on this side, so our relaxation is in jeopardy. Maybe we can just sit in the tavern. Seems like I could... seems like I could use a jug of mead or a mug of mead right now. Let's go. I have a map of the area. What? I don't even want to know where it's from. Oh god, I'm adjusting myself in my chair. See, it's not that bad. Spending your last day in a tavern in the enemy camp while your emperor is looking for you in the homeland. What could be better? Better ask what could be worse. You're right. Depends on how we look at what's happening. So is your mug half full or half empty? It definitely needs to be filled to the brim. Hey, bargainer, bring us a couple more mugs. You're clearly not locals. Came from distant lands, huh? You have no idea from where. Yeah, you got an impressive look. Sorry for this, we don't have time to change. If we embarrass your guests, we can leave. Quite the opposite, just look how many guys gather to gaze at such beauty amongst the negligi? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. You've made my day and a week's profit. Nicole, if you want me to deal with them, just say. Enough conflicts for today, let's just relax. Enjoy the music today, we have special guests. The Wanderer, just as mysterious as you are. Oh, there's another thing I almost forgot. Will you go through a survey, huh? 2 mugs of mead for free from me. It's for research. A friend elf asked to question the visitors. And what does it matter to me? It's not difficult for me. And will you ask difficult questions? Well, take a look for yourself. It's all written on the scroll. Well, have a good evening. Oh, great, another personality test.
А здесь тепло.
It's warm here. Yeah, Nicole, how you doing?
Ты выбрал южную сторону. И этот выбор не может быть плохим или хорошим. Ты решил именно так. И значит, твоя истина такова.
Loon, you chose the southern side. And this choice cannot be good or bad. You decided so, and that's your truth.
Пойми, что опросник не подразумевает правильных ответов. Ты можешь помочь мне отличить истину от обмана.
Understand that the questionnaire doesn't imply correct answers. You can help me distinguish truth from deceit.
Так сделай это.
So do it. Do you use foul language a lot? Okay, this is... Anyone who knows my stream, it very much depends. I don't tend to use it a lot, nowhere near as much nowadays. I'm gonna... Okay. Strictly for off-stream how I talk very... I talk differently off-stream, I'll put it this way. So, do I use foul language a lot? Yes. Karma changed. What should you choose? Living with your loved one in poverty or living alone in a palace? This is very... Oh, God. I've been alone for a very long time at this point. So I'm kind of used to it. If I were to change it to being in a palace... You know, if I had someone to share it with. In poverty, sure. Imagine you could save one loved one, but then 10 people you didn't know would die. What would you choose?
Oh, so trolley. Oh, this is kind of a version of the trolley problem. Oh, great. If I went into it knowingly, I would have to say the loved one goes away and save the 10. Can you tell untruths to make yourself appear better than you are? I suck at making myself seem better than I am. I actively put myself down to other people. I am terrible at this. Do you know how to admit your mistakes and ask for forgiveness? I'll be honest and I do not. Oh, that is very full. Such strange questions. What did you expect from a mysterious elf? Ask tavern visitors to take some kind of survey. Surely no one has ever given perfect answers to these questions. Everyone wants to be happy, but doesn't notice the simple things. What are we not noticing? Happiness is right here. It surrounds you from the moment of birth. With the first sips of your mother's milk, it permeates your body, giving every chance to be happy. But we miss it time after time. We chase after the wealth of the world. The current parents aren't satisfactory. We always want more. But how else to live if not to strive for better? Just live. Value every moment. Don't regret the past. See it as an experience. Nicole, tell me, are you happy? I am happy like never before. If I were given a second chance, I would act exactly the same way. Me too. Give me your hand. I'll never forget you. Never. Do you hear?
Я почувствовала легкое головокружение. Пару секунд, и веки закрылись сами собой. Дальше меня ждала пустота.
I felt slight dizziness a couple of seconds, and my eyelids closed on their own. Beyond that, awaited emptiness. Krog has drank the potion. Who's hiding here? Who? I'm an angry furry orc. You're like, oh god, it's the demon eye child again. Orcs aren't furry. I've got you figured out. Listen, what's the book lying here? Dad brought it from Marcus. He said I could take a charcoal and draw it. But can boys draw? I think it's an activity for girls. I take offense to that. If you don't need it, can you give it to me? Take it. Will you show me what you draw? Definitely, my little monster slayer.
Любой наш выбор влечет за собой последствия. Люди отличаются от животных тем, что они разумны. Мы можем выбирать, а не полагаться на инстинкты. Но нам всегда чего-то не хватает.
Every choice we make carries consequences. People differ from animals in that they are rational. We can make choices rather than rely on instincts. But we always lack something.
Мы стремимся к большему. Идем по головам, разрушаем чужие жизни в надежде на свое светлое будущее.
We strive for more, step on heads, destroy other lives in hopes of our bright future.
Эгоисты.
Egoists.
Мне понадобилось несколько попыток, чтобы это
It took me
осознать.
several attempts to realize this.
Помни, у тебя есть всего одна. И тебе нужно использовать ее так, чтобы в конце пути не жалеть о своих поступках.
Remember, you only have one. And you need to use it in a way you won't regret at the end of the road.
Твоя очередь.
Your turn, Loon. Together with Johan, we grew up as happy children. I discovered magical abilities within myself and began to develop them. Meanwhile, my brother enlisted in the service of the Emperor when he reached the age of 16. This music is probably copyrighted to some degree. The day the meteorite hit, I stayed home. After the Empire's division, I had to make an effort to get the Emperor's attention, portraying myself as the most capable mage. This music is very likely copyrighted, and I'm going to... Krog appeared at the palace and knelt before the Emperor. Since then, he was appointed ruler of the North, and the concepts of apostates and Ruslets never existed. I'm turning the volume down so I can talk over it easier. I am still close to my old lady, Askrid. Even though our lands are peaceful, she always insists on keeping an ear sharp and often delves into her ancient spellbook. I did not continue my communication with Adrian, though there was nothing preventing me from doing so. I hope everything turned out well for him. Just a stepping stone there. Ooh. Once at a dinner party, I met Damir, a warlord from a noble family. This acquaintance changed my life. Since then, we have been inseparable, and now we are preparing for our wedding. Aw. Good on you, get married at the end of that. The treasures of the necromancer Ikaros were never found, but you still have the coordinates. Perhaps you will become their fortunate owner. Game end credits. Oh, that. Huh. So I don't intend on going back and getting other endings, but I will. That's a nice... I've always been of the mind of that whole, if you can go back and change anything in your life, would you? I always say no because you never know it'll change. And as the game said, you only get one chance. It's best to make the most of it. But I'm just gonna say, I am very tired right now, so I'm just gonna quickly wrap this up and say, I thank everyone who came. Just hope people had a good time, and as always, bye-bye. Sorry for the quick outro.